Laura, Hannah, Jasmine, Hemp, Hannah, Katie, Storm. It's so good to see you all. Welcome into the first 2,000 of you guys. Hop into the debate. So if you disagree with me, if you voted for Trump, make sure to hop in that queue, ladies and gentlemen. And we are just going to hop right into the debate. So we're not going to spare a moment. So let's see what we got. Everybody, do just give us a minute. We have our first guest of the night loading up. Let's go ahead and see what Ash has to say. Do keep in mind, you guys, if you are in the queue, make sure that you voted for Trump, because at the end of the day, we are just looking for some debates. And Gene, I appreciate you for the confetti. All right, let's see what we got. Our first guest, Tristan, is loading up into the box. And for the first 3,000 of you guys, make sure to let me know that you are here by double tapping on that phone screen. I really wish that I would have grabbed some Kleenex before I went live. My nose is super duper duper runny. That's gonna suck. What's up, David? Did you vote for David? Automatically dropped. Okay. All right. So right now we have 30 people in the queue. Please check if you're in the queue. Make sure that you voted for Trump and that you're here and you're ready and you're willing to debate. Hi, Chloe. Did you vote for Trump?
Hi, I did not, but I just wanted
I do appreciate you for coming up, Chloe, and I do apologize for kicking you out so quickly. I feel so bad and terrible doing that. Please show some love to Chloe.
You're a nigger.
Matthew, I appreciate you for the money gun. I apologize for the child slurring. We're going to go to move on to our next guest. Everybody do just give us a minute. We got J. Ray loading up into the box. Everybody just do give us a minute. All right, let's see what our next guest has to say. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Hello?
Hi, J. Ray. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
All right. And are you driving?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. Well, you can't be driving on TikTok, but I do appreciate you for coming up, J-Ray. Handful of things here. Make sure that you're at least 18 years old. Make sure that you're not driving, and make sure that you voted for Trump. And we're going to go and move on to our next guest. Everybody do give us a minute. What? Everybody's leaving. You can't make this up. You know, I will say, for the 5.3 thousand people in here, we just started the stream, and this is always like the least fun part, is just finding the first debate. Hey, Logan, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Logan, why? Why would you make such a terrible mistake? Please tell me why you voted for Trump.
Why would I vote for Harris?
Well, I mean, sure, because she had better character and better policy. She like mocked the
Well, I
floor
don't
with
care
Trump.
about character. I care about a strong leader.
Okay, well, character plays into a strong leader, dingus.
What? I mean, a strong country wouldn't exist under Harris. I feel like we would America would be done.
Okay, why would America be cooked, done, finished, and served if Kamala Harris was elected?
Because she's a pussy. I don't like.
What do you? Okay, so I mean, first of all, just like using like the term pussy is like, I don't know, like a derogatory like phrase is like pretty misogynistic. But could you like
Well,
go?
fuck you.
Like,
I mean,
could you actually
I
use
guess I
like?
don't want to say. I mean,
Could you use like better like language to describe why she wouldn't be a good like a good president? Like what specific attributes of her character or policy would make her a bad
because
president?
because she in her defense of when we went to like the whole issue with Iran, right? When in interviews, and her and Biden would say, "What would you say to Iran?" and they would say, "Don't." Yeah, that didn't work. That's they're weak. They're
Hey,
weak
I have a question. What
leaders.
time is it?
It's 2:45,
Okay, what state do you live in?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay, so they're weak leaders for what reason?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, no, fuck you don't know. No shit you don't know. I could probably ask you which hand is your right, and you'd say I don't know. I'd ask you what's the color of the sky. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't. Is there anything that you do know, Logan? Hey, I want to ask you a
Yeah, I
question.
do.
Can you name one policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed through Congress during his first 4 years that you liked? Is that another I don't know? It is, huh? How about this? Can you name one policy that the Biden-Harris administration influenced to get passed that you didn't like? Crispy, thank you for the epic GG. I do really appreciate you for the love, Crispy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to look for someone who does know. So I hope that you have a good rest of your day, Logan. You could go ahead and skedaddle.
All right, thank you.
They thank me for cooking them. Wow. What? WTF, thank you for the galaxy. I appreciate you for the love. And Charlotte, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Charlotte. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next guest. Everybody, just do give us a minute for the 5.2 thousand people hanging out with us in here today. Make sure that we're double tapping. I still really have to blow my nose. Oh my gosh, I really should have grabbed some Kleenex before I went live. We're going to go to move on to our next guest. Everybody just do give us one moment. Make sure that you're sharing out this live with a handful of friends. What is up, you guys? What is up, Keep Counting and Eva? Did you guys vote for Trump?
I did.
Who is that?
Keep Counting 5.
Keep Counting 5. Taylor, hi, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, did you vote for Trump?
Voted for Trump, yeah.
All right, so why did you vote for Trump, man?
I just feel like he's got better character than Kamala. Or Kamala.
So, name is pronounced Kamala. So, okay, tell me how the 34-count felon, rapist, fraudster, wannabe dictator, and day one racist, sexist has better character than Kamala Harris. What is the worst thing that Kamala Harris has ever done?
Well, do you think it's funny how you call him a racist for what happened back in the 80s? And
I call him a racist because he has a track record of unapologetic racism with no tendency to hold himself accountable, apologize, or change his character whatsoever. Right? Yeah. It's
well,
not
didn't
funny
you
either.
say something not even 10 years ago?
Yeah, no, you're talking about how I used racial slurs when I was younger, growing up. But see, the difference between me and Trump, and this is a really good point to make, is that I was able to recognize that as bad, change my own character, become a better person, share that same education with others, hold myself accountable, and apologize. And don't you think it's funny that a 20-year-old on TikTok can hold himself to a higher level of accountability than the next president of our country? Have you ever heard
Well, how
Donald
has he
Trump
not
hold himself
held
accountable for
accountability?
racism, apologize, or change his character?
Well, how has he not held accountability?
Because he's never apologized. He's actually only like denied or what do you mean? How is he not held? He just hasn't held accountability. Like, can you give me an instance of him holding himself accountable for any of the racist things that he's done in his past? Apologizing,
Well, I
maybe.
believe actions speak
Gina,
louder
thank you
than
for
words.
$5 on PayPal. Yeah, like the action of holding yourself accountable and then implementing change, right, in your own character and when you're a public official through policy. Right?
Yeah, just what the First Step Act or what it, with people coming out of jail and what was it?
So can you give me like an example of Donald Trump holding himself accountable for racism in his past, like ranging from denying black people housing applications because of their race in the 70s, calling all black people lazy in 1991, saying that Kamala Harris, quote unquote, turned black, implying that she wasn't black prior, saying that Obama was born in Africa because he's black, even though he has a birth certificate from Hawaii, calling for the
weren't
death
black
penalty for the
people
exonerated
and
Central Park Five.
well, weren't black people and Latinos allowed to live in Mar-a-Lago or down south until he let them?
Allowed to live in Mar-a-Lago? Mar-a-Lago is a private golf course. No one lives in Mar-a-Lago.
Oh man, I know I seen that on the debate with Lisa on Jubilee, and she brought that up.
No one lives on Atlanta. No one lives in Mar-a-Lago. Not even Trump. Trump doesn't live. Well, I mean, he might have an estate on the property, but regardless of that, it's like a private golf course. Like people don't like. I mean, maybe like Trump has an estate in Mar-a-Lago, right? But apart from that, no one else would have an estate in Mar-a-Lago. So, I mean, this is some very deafening silence, Taylor.
No, sorry, it's my signal. Hold on, I'm trying to.
No, it wasn't your signal because we could hear like the background noise of your AC steadily running. So I just want to clarify. You said that Trump has a better character than Kamala Harris. So what is the worst thing that Kamala Harris has ever done?
Well, she never takes accountability. Anytime they asked her questions on interviews, she would always just blame Trump. She never. Yeah. So how can you call that character?
Wait, what did you say? Wait, didn't we just have a conversation where we went over Trump's historical track record of racism and I brought up how he's never held himself accountable, and then you said that actions speak louder than words, and just saying that you hold yourself accountable doesn't matter at all, and now you're saying that the biggest fault in Kamala Harris's character is quote unquote never holding herself accountable?
Yeah,
That's
but
fucking
Kamala
nuts.
hasn't shown any
Kamala.
action to show that she actually cares about this country. She only cares about the new generation coming up and what they believe. She doesn't care about 30, 40, 50-year-olds still trying to live in this world and make it better for everybody.
She literally cares more. Like, for instance, she passed bipartisan legislation through the House and the Senate serving as VP, that influenced the more benefit for the average American more so than the top 1%. Can you name one policy that Donald Trump influenced through Congress during his first 4 years that benefited the average American more so than rich people?
Yeah, the First Step Act.
The First Step Act didn't benefit the average American more than rich people economically speaking, not to mention that was influenced by Obama. It was not influenced by Trump. Right, and we've historically had criminal justice reform pass through Congress every 48 years. We had 2 under Obama, then 2 under Bush, and then the First Step Act that passed in the beginning of Trump's administration was influenced by him. In fact, it would have significantly reduced his approval rating if he were to not pass it.
Okay, so you're saying Trump's done nothing, even in his first 4 years, he didn't do nothing.
Name a piece of legislation that he influenced through Congress that benefited the average American more so than like the top 1%.
Well, what about the HR 2?
HR 2 was influenced through Congress and it never like passed into law. In fact, it's like it's still sitting in Congress. Yeah, because it's still
sitting on Chuck Schumer's desk.
That's just what you heard the lady on Jubilee say. Yeah. Okay, so if it didn't get passed through Congress, then that wasn't an answer to my question.
Well, that would help Americans, wouldn't it? You know, immigration laws.
Could you, hey Taylor? Could you please repeat the question I asked you?
What the legislation that Trump has passed that helps the average American?
More than the top 1%. Yes, name one.
Yeah, and you don't think an immigration bill would help the average American?
Hey Taylor, did HR 2 pass?
No.
So then that's not a piece of legislation that he influenced to pass through Congress.
But why hasn't Chuck Schumer passed it?
That's a whole different fucking question than the one I'm asking you. Stop dodging.
Okay. Well, let's talk about immigration. Like, what's going on?
No. Quite frankly, you are going to answer my question. What is one piece of legislation that Donald Trump influenced to get passed through Congress that benefited the average American more so than rich people?
Oh, man.
See how you can't name one? So when you sit here and you tell me that Kamala Harris doesn't care about the country, doesn't care about American citizens, even though, right, I could sit here and describe to you the fact that she influenced things such as the Chips and Science Act to bring American manufacturing right back to the States insofar as chips. We're going to be producing 20% of the global supply by 2030, right? We could talk about the infrastructure bill, right? Rejuvenating local economies of infrastructure, right, across America by creating construction jobs and renewing their infrastructure with $1 trillion, right? We could talk about this all day long, but then you can't name a single bill that Donald Trump influenced to get passed through Congress that did the same, right? In fact, his main achievement, right, in Congress while he was president, right, had to do with his Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that disproportionately benefited rich people, right? And when he's going to renew it next year, it's actually going to disproportionately harm poorer people due to his tariffs. So do you see how when you make the claim that Kamala Harris doesn't care about the average American, but Donald Trump does, right? We actually see the exact opposite of that reflected within the policy that they've influenced to get passed through Congress.
Okay, now prove me wrong on this. Didn't Trump pass tariffs in 2016 through 2020?
Yeah, tariffs on China.
Okay, and did you see inflation go up or prices go up or anything during that time?
Yeah, for the goods that the tariffs were put on, yep.
I don't remember prices going up when he passed them. Gas was cheap, groceries were cheap.
Hey, how do tariffs incentivize more domestic production of goods?
What do you mean, incentive?
Okay, let's just start off here. What's a tariff?
What, he's taxing other countries for goods and services?
No, a tariff is a tax on an import, right? And why does Trump want tariffs?
Because he wants more made in America.
And how do tariffs cause there to be more made in America?
Because if you're going to tax other countries to do most of the work and ship it here, you might as well make it here. But we both know that that's not how it's going to work, no matter how many tariffs.
Evan, thank you for the $20 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Evan. Everybody, please show some love to Evan in the chat. Thank you so much for the $20. I really do appreciate you for the love. So how do tariffs, all right, incentivize more domestic production?
Incentivize, you mean?
Cause there to be?
I'm still not getting it. I mean, are you trying to say that?
So Donald Trump wants to put tariffs on imports so U.S. producers will make and sell more, right? But how does placing tariffs on imports cause U.S. producers to make and sell more?
Well, to make more in the country, right? Like in U.S.
But how do tariffs cause that?
The tariffs cause that because it'd be quotations cheaper to make it here than to tax somebody else more to make it there.
Oh, so
Right.
you're saying that a tariff will incentivize more domestic production by relatively making American goods, quote unquote, cheaper, or in other words, making goods from other countries more expensive for the consumer.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that we'd rather make it here. If we're going to tariff, another country, wouldn't you rather make it here where it could possibly be cheaper?
But so you're saying that it will be cheaper to buy U.S. goods than goods from other countries with tariffs, meaning that tariffs makes goods from other countries more expensive, right? Right? And that's right. That's what they do. Right? Tariffs make goods from other countries more expensive. And hey, buddy, what do we call it when the price of a good increases?
What, taxing?
No. We call it inflation.
Okay, and like I said, did we see inflation during 2016 through 2020 when he tariffed?
Yes. And in fact, that's what we just agreed upon. You told me that tariffs cause there to be more U.S. production of goods.
Yeah.
And I asked you how they caused that.
Inflation went up.
Well, yeah, we actually did. We actually did agree that they cause inflation because you told me that they incentivize more domestic production of goods by making the price of goods from other countries more expensive. And inflation describes the pricing of goods becoming more expensive. In fact, the rate of inflation is the rate in which the price of a good increases. Right? So do you see how how you described how tariffs cause inflation? You just didn't even recognize it?
No, but I'm recognizing that you're still not admitting that prices didn't go up even while he was tariffing in 2016 through 2020.
So they did. They did. For instance, the price of solar panels drastically went up. The price of washing machines drastically went up. The price of soybeans drastically went up. U.S. agricultural exports plummeted, right? Because tariffs, right, are supposed to cause inflation. It's a function of them because that's how they incentivize more domestic production of goods.
Yeah, but you're talking about a few items that went up when I'm trying to generalize all of groceries, all gas. Gas got up to $7, $8 I've seen sometimes in California. I mean, am I wrong on that?
Hey, Taylor, how many continents are there?
7.
And what are they?
What do you mean? North, South, America. You've got Europe.
Well, that's okay, buddy. There's a couple left. No worries, Taylor. No worries. For the 4.1 thousand people in here, we're going to go ahead and hit a restart on the stream. Oh my God, I need to go get some Kleenex. So everybody, please just click on my account. I'll be right back in about 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to join. Sorry, dude.
No worries, man. We're going to move on to our next guest. Everybody, just do give us a minute. For the first 3,000 of you guys in here, I'll just go ahead and repeat what I already said. Please double tap on your phone screen. Please share the live. Please spam the comment section. We have a following glitch, and the way that we break through that following glitch is by having you guys just spam the engagement on the live. Parker's been dealing with this for like the last week or so. I hope that we don't start dealing with it now. What's going on, Bob? Did you vote for Trump?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, Bob. Are you connected to a Bluetooth microphone or are you driving?
I'm connected to my Bluetooth headphones. I'm not driving.
Awesome. Is it possible that you might be able to turn your Bluetooth off just so we could hear you a little bit better?
Sure.
Awesome. And in the meantime, guys, make sure that we're double tapping for the first 3.7 thousand people in here. Welcome into the stream. It's so good to see you all. There you go. So, all right, Bob, why did you vote for Trump, man? Let's talk about it. All right, everyone just give Bob a second. So, Bob, in order to talk to you, I'm going to need you to come back on the app. Right now, you're not in the TikTok app, so I can't hear about you. Rowan, I do appreciate you for the subscription. Thank you so much. I don't know, maybe while Bob's figuring that out, we'll just pull someone else up. Sorry, Bob. What's going on? Patty automatically left, so let's go ahead and see what our next guest has to say. Guys, please, if you're in the queue, make sure that you're here and you're ready to debate, and make sure that you do disagree, that you did vote for Trump. What's going on, Sydney? Did you vote for Trump?
Hi, I did not because I didn't turn 18 until November.
Hi, Owen. Did you vote for Trump? See, I don't know what's going on, you guys. It's like I wish that I could just have, you guys follow the rules, be here, be present. If you voted for Trump, hop in the queue, and so we could just skip all this. In fact, we're gonna do something fun. Just spam MAGA in the chat if you want to come up and debate, and that's how we'll do it. Hey, Money, did you vote for Trump?
Dean, I got a story to tell you. I watch you all the time. I got a story to tell you. Guess what? My Mexican neighbors, not my Mexican, not my Hispanic neighbors, they're actually.
Money, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for kicking you. I bet that you were going to tell me a great story, and I do apologize for kicking you, but we are just looking for debates, and I do apologize. I'm so sorry. We're going to go to get our next guest up in the box right now. What's up, big man? Did you vote for Trump? Okay, all right, guys, just go back to spamming MAGA in the chat. If you want to come up and debate, spam MAGA down below in the chat. Also, why is there people saying dude, really? Guys, we're looking for debates. I'm making that very clear. I don't maybe you guys could respect the boundaries. You know what I mean? Eva, I appreciate you for the subscription. What's up, Oscar? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And how old are you?
18.
18. So, Oscar, why did you vote for Trump?
Well, I'm more voting for Trump because I'm really voting for Elon Musk.
Gina, I appreciate you for the $10 and the 10 cents on PayPal. I thank you so much, Gina. Everybody show some love to Gina. So do you think that he's going to go into the U.S. government and do what he did to Twitter, but to our government?
I think he's going to implement more dark Gothic MAGA policies, and that's really what I'm excited to see.
Oh, okay. Oscar's a troll. We're going to go to move on. There's no way that you're real, so we're just going to assume that you're a troll. Well, we'll get our next guest up in here. Guys, please do go back to spamming MAGA down below in the chat if you do want to come up and debate, guys. We're still just looking for a first debate of the day. What's up, Caden? Did you vote for Trump? See what I mean? That's the average person in the queue. I don't know why this is happening. Ali, thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you so much. Please go back to spamming MAGA, you guys. We're still just looking for our next guest here. Everybody just do give us a minute, y'all, while we are getting them up in the box. We're just going to start inviting a bunch of random people. Hey, what's going on, Jack? How old are you?
Hey, buddy. 22.
How old are you? Okay, can you turn off the music? Okay, Von Drake. Okay. They both just fucking dropped. Okay, go back to spamming MAGA down below in the queue. We're going to go and pull up our next guest. And please, if you are spamming MAGA, make sure that you're here to debate. Don't just spam MAGA because you voted for Trump, but you're not actually here for a conversation. I really don't know what's going on, y'all, and I do apologize. Everybody just do be patient while we're getting our first guest of the night up in the box. I know that this sucks a lot, but we will get that debate going, y'all, so everybody just do give us a minute. We're still looking for our next guest. I'm essentially inviting everybody that spams MAGA up into the queue. What's up, J-Dog? Did you vote for Trump? Okay, J-Dog was spamming MAGA in the chat. J-Dog, are you here? Bro, this is a person that was actively spamming MAGA in the chat to be brought up for a debate, and then you accepted the invitation, but now that you're actually up here, you have nothing to say. Got it. We're going to go and move on. Andrew, thank you so much for the $10 donation on Venmo. I really appreciate you for the love, Andrew. Everybody, please show some love to Andrew. What's up, Bass? Did you vote for Trump?
You just called me bastard, baby.
I don't know what they said. We're going to go to move on to the next guest. Everybody, just do give us a minute, y'all, while we're getting our first guest. What's up, Brandon? Did you vote for Trump? Brandon, another person in the queue. Okay, does no one have vocal cords today? Is that the issue? I'm actually beginning to get a little bit perplexed. We are inviting everybody up that is spamming MAGA, and it's no one is here. No one is present. This is, oh my God, MAGA, this is it. Hey, what's up, Sean? Did you vote for Trump?
Yep.
All right, man. Do you happen to be connected to a Bluetooth mic or anything?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, awesome. Lovey, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Say hi to Verena. She's in the chat. Hi, Verena. We all love you. I saw the chat saying what's good. Thank you for the subscription. So, Sean, man, tell me, why did you vote for Trump?
Because the tariffs that he imposed on Toyota in 2017.
How old are you?
19.
You're 19. What year are you born in?
2005.
2005. Awesome. So you voted for Trump because of tariffs. So tariffs are very bad. So tariffs, they cause inflation and they destroy American companies that are predominantly reliant on exports. I'm assuming that you like tariffs because you like more goods to be produced in our country, but there's other ways to incentivize domestic production of goods that don't create the same negative consequences that tariffs do.
Okay, what negative consequences came from the 2017 with him and Toyota?
You're talking about like one isolated incident of tariffs imposed on one company. On the macro scale, tariffs cause inflation and a reduction in U.S. exports. Malin, thank you for the $15 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Malin. Everybody, please do show some love to Malin down below in the comment section right now. W's for Malin in the chat. Thank you.
Okay, do you know about whenever Trump threatened to give Toyota 25% tax because they were going to open up manufacturing plants in Mexico?
No, I don't know about like these isolated incidents. But seemingly like you're not engaging with what I'm saying, meaning that you probably agree with me that like universal tariffs are a bad idea, right?
They can be, yeah.
Okay, so Trump wants to impose universal tariffs. So you just conceded that Trump's plan for tariffs is a bad idea.
No, I said some tariffs are bad. I said it can be bad. I didn't say that all were bad. You see, you're trying to twist.
So like, is Donald Trump's universal tariff plan of 10 to 20% tariff on all goods imported into our country, is that good or bad?
I feel as if every other country is going to put high tariffs on us, why don't we put high tariffs on them? Because that's ultimately going to come to a deal between the two countries to get them both lower and benefit for both countries.
Okay, so yeah, no, it's actually not for benefit of both countries. That's why trade agreements exist. Do you know what the TPP is or what the USMCA is?
No, explain it to me.
Yeah, they're trade agreements between countries that aim to reduce tariff-related inquiries on imports and exports. All right, and the reason that we have those trade agreements is because tariffs are really bad, right? They're not beneficial, they're bad. Right? And this is a unanimous consensus amongst all economists, right? Also, if you're referencing the idea that other countries have tariffs on us, thereby we need to place tariffs on them, first, you're just describing a trade war that hurts the consumers. And secondly, the way to deal with that, right, is through diplomatic behaviors, not by like hurting our own consumers by imposing tariffs on imports, causing inflation. Like it's unnecessary regulation that hurts the consumer, right? And that shouldn't be used as a brokering piece to deal with other countries placing tariffs on us. But I mean, if you are curious, right, the EU, right, has now threatened placing large tariffs on us in response to Donald Trump's tariff plan.
Well, what's ultimately going to happen from that is the EU actually depends on the United States for a lot of our goods and our exports. So they actually depend on us as long as well with most other countries. That's why we fund 65% of NATO.
Yeah, that doesn't stop trade wars. Name one point in U.S. history where we have increased tariffs on China that hasn't led to a plummet of U.S. agricultural exports because they turned around and increased tariffs on us.
One of our U.S. agricultural exports ever went down.
Every single time we've imposed tariffs on China, including under Trump's term when he introduced his 2017 China tariffs, right? He bankrupted American farmers and had to bail them out with $28 billion because of how bad his tariffs were. Seemingly, you're not engaging with any of the prompts that I'm giving you here, and you're just defending an indefensible position.
I am giving you prompts. You're just trying to give back quick responses so it makes you seem smarter than you actually are.
Okay, well, seemingly like you're just not tracking what I'm saying, and you're probably
I am tracking.
If you want me to slow down, you could tell me, but I'm not speaking fast. You're listening slow.
No, you're just speaking fast, trying to make yourself seem smarter than you actually are.
I've already told you I'm not speaking fast. You're listening slow.
No, you're speaking fast, trying to make yourself seem smarter than you actually are.
Okay, someone's butthurt because they've lost a debate.
I haven't lost the debate. You think you've won the debate.
Okay, so now butthurt plus gaslighting? Okay, you're like my ex-girlfriend. Holy shit.
Okay, that's kind of funny. But, no, you speak fast, you're trying to make yourself seem smarter. Also kind of like how Ben Shapiro does.
Okay, well, I mean, do you have any like substance stat on here? So far as like why I'm wrong?
Yes, you're wrong. If he threatens tariffs on other countries, it's going to make their export. Look it up.
Well, I mean, my stepmom works. She's a
We have
manager at the
manufacturing
Volkswagen
plants in
plant.
the United States for Volkswagen.
Yes, yeah, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yes, exactly. And that is because of the 2017, or not because.
No, it's not. That's the North American headquarters for Volkswagen, and it's been there since the 90s.
Yes, you didn't hear what I said. It made them open up more. Did you know that Volkswagen is actually...
Yeah, what was it? What was a new manufacturing plant that opened after 2017.
Look it up. $13.8 billion were
I just want to know. I just want to know where it is. Like I'm telling you, like my stepmom was a manager at the national headquarters for Volkswagen for like 20 years. I mean, then she retired, but like I just happen to be very familiar with Volkswagen specifically. Like what you're saying is wrong. like you just happen to mention like the one company that I happen to know a bit about.
North American Engineering.
You know what I mean, Chet? Sean, are you there? Okay, all right, well, Sean left. We're going to move on to our next guest. Everybody just do give us a minute. I guess Sean dipped. Let's go and get our next guest up in the box right now, everybody. So do just give us a minute, y'all. We have Russ loading up into the queue. If you are in the chat, make sure that you voted for Trump. For the 5.7 thousand people hanging out in here today, make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. What's up, Russ? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What year were you born in?
05.
What month?
February 4th.
I'm sorry, man. I just don't believe you. I do appreciate you for coming up there, bro. We're going to move on. I'm sorry. I'm just making the executive decision. I could definitely be wrong. You could definitely be 19, but I just like personally don't believe you. I tell you, I do apologize, but it's very possible that you were telling the truth. What's up, Johnny? How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18. Phenomenal. Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
All right. And why is that?
Just because I like his tax plan better.
Oh, really? How much money do you make per year at your ripe old age of 18?
Not a lot. I'm a student.
Yeah, and that's why you should like Kamala Harris's tax plan better, because it was built for you and 100 million American workers just like you in the low and middle class. Donald Trump's tax plan was disproportionately built for million and billionaires.
Okay.
Right. So like I just really, it's like slugs for salt when I hear like 18-year-old college student telling me that they like Donald Trump's tax plan more than Kamala Harris's.
Still better.
No, it's actually worse, right? Literally worse. Okay, but he left. Okay, of course. We're going to move on to our next guest. Everybody just do give us a minute. We got Ollie loading up into the box. Everybody do just give us a minute to get our next guest up in here, y'all. All right, what's going on, Ollie? Did you vote for Trump? Ollie, hello? Okay, Ollie left. It looks like we still have the follow-in glitch here. We're going to go ahead and try another restart here in a minute. If that doesn't work, then what we'll probably end up doing is just going back over to my second account where I know that we have a good proactive algorithm. What's up, Ollie? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
You did? How old are you?
19.
19. What year were you born in?
2005.
2005. Well, seemingly now we have some lag. Okay, all right. So yeah, why did you vote for Trump?
Because Trump's the best.
What time is it?
9 o'clock.
Yeah, well, you're not in America.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move on to the next guest. All right, everybody, just give us a minute here, y'all. We got Lucy loading up into the queue. A lot of people in the chat spamming about lag. Maybe this calls for a restart? Hey, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Okay, I did vote for Trump.
Kaylee, thank you. Sorry, Caleb, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. I appreciate you, Caleb. Everybody, please do show some love to Caleb down below. Why the hell would you do that?
Okay, so I want to ask you about a certain topic just because, in politics still. I want to hear about your opinion on the immigration and immigration plans and everything like that. Because I watch all the Jubilee and everything, and I've seen you talk, but that's my main thing that when I went in to vote this year, that's what I was worried about. So
that's why you voted for Trump. So what was Trump's plan for immigration? He gave you my thoughts on it. You just have to tell me his plan.
Well, from an 18-year-old girl standpoint, living in Michigan, where I have hotels, right? Because you're fully aware. I don't question your intelligence or your education on this, but there's people living in hotels. There's also the whole Lake and Riley incident, along with billions of other victims.
Billions of other victims? Billions of people have been killed by undocumented migrants?
Not billions, but this isn't a joke. You know what I mean? 13 or 100, what's the difference? These are people
So, one person being killed by an undocumented migrant is the same as 100, right?
Well, it wasn't just one.
But, if there was. So, let me ask you a question.
But that's not the fact, though.
Do you think that the blood of Molly Tibbetts is on Biden and Harris's hands because she was slaughtered, ruthlessly murdered by an undocumented migrant under their watch?
I don't think the blood is on their hands, but I think that as a government that there needs to be action taken towards it, especially when they're not... I know that it's a difficult process to come into this country illegally, and I feel for those families because I know that it's rough. I may have voted for Trump, but I promise I have compassion.
Where do you live in Michigan, by the way?
East Lansing.
Yeah, and where do we see hotels in Michigan filled with undocumented migrants?
all in Detroit, all in East Lansing. I mean, it's everywhere.
I was literally just in Detroit, East Lansing, and Ann Arbor like 2 weeks ago. I didn't see anything that you're talking about.
Okay, well, that's fine, but you were visiting. I live there, so let's just. I've seen it. My mother works for the city.
How do you know if someone's an undocumented migrant just by looking at them?
It's all over the news. It's all over. Yeah, it's all over the news, and also like.
So if the news reports something, it's true. So when the news reported that Donald Trump raped E. Jean Carroll, that was true.
Okay, I mean, I didn't come on here to like go back and forth with you. I wanted to genuinely hear what you thought was, because I mean, I'm not a closed-minded person, so I wanted to hear you say, because I haven't like that may be my bad that I haven't like heard you say it, but I wanted to hear you say what you think Kamala's plan for illegal immigrants, like, just, you don't have to give me this whole spiel, but I just wanted to know what the main.
Sure. So she had an actual plan, which was to further fund the courts on the border to expedite the legal processes of migration into our country from 7 to 8 years to 7 to 8 months. That would significantly reduce the amount of undocumented migrants coming into our country alone, right? Because it was just easier to come in legally. And then she also wanted to fund border agencies more to crack further down on drug trafficking and human child trafficking across our southern border that's disproportionately committed by U.S. citizens, as well as the bill that she attempted to get influence through Congress that Donald Trump torpedoed and included additional funding for Trump's wall, would have built more than he built under his first 4 years. Okay, well, I mean, I guess she just wanted to leave. Okay, whatever. Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. What do they run? What do they... Oh, jeez. Why do they always run, dude? I don't like it. I don't like it when they run. I'm here for legitimate, constructive conversation, and they don't want to have it. They never do. For the 5.5 thousand people in here, we're going to go ahead and try one more restart on the stream. Our following percentage is just being weirdly fucking capped. So I will see you all in 10 seconds. Just click on my profile. I'll be right back on, guys. And when we do get right back on, spam the like, spam the share, spam the comments. Let's see if like a third restart of the day, we'll figure it out. Today to break through, but regardless, we're gonna go ahead and just move on right back to the debates, guys. So we got our first guest loading up right now, and Shane, hello. Did you vote for Trump? All right, well, Shane has to figure out how to unmute his mic. I'm sure that he can with time. Hey, what's going on, man? Are you driving?
No, I'm not.
You are lying to me. Melissa, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Melissa says, love the debates. I appreciate that, Melissa. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and hop right back into the debates, but that first guy was lying. All right, he definitely was driving. All right, L's for the guest, for the liar in chat. Hello, did you vote for Trump? Hello, Zia Acrylics. You're
I'm
on the
so
line.
sorry. I didn't think I would get added. I just wanted to tell you that I love what you're doing. Honestly, this is... Everyone against you has no idea what they're talking about. You spit nothing but facts. Like, I can fact check everything you say. It's real. Like, you keep me going for real. I nonstop watch these. You clock all these people.
Hey, well, Z, I appreciate you so much for the love.
I appreciate
Thank you
you.
so much.
I appreciate
Dude,
you.
Show some love to Z in the chat, dude. Hell yeah. W's for Z. Thank you so much. It's so incredibly kind. Thank you. What's up, David? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
You did vote for Trump. David, why the hell would you ever make such a terrible decision?
Well, I guess I feel like most of the people in America don't really look that deep into why they're voting to someone. They kind of just like one of the two candidates better.
Via, thank you for live on air. Okay, so is that why you voted for Trump? You just liked him better?
Yeah, I don't want to hear Kamala speak.
Kamala, her name's pronounced Kamala. Okay, why?
Whatever her name is.
So, like, what's the reason that you like Trump more than Kamala Harris?
He's got good charisma. He's a funny guy.
Okay. Well, I mean, first of all, no, he does not have good charisma, right? Rapists, felon, like fraudsters, child sexualizers definitely don't have quote unquote charisma. And then secondly, so you're telling me that you dictated who should be running the country based upon how funny they were to you?
I feel like America
is a lost cause because of people like you. America is a lost cause because of people like you, right? And when you're voting for a presidential candidate, you don't look at their policy, you don't look at their character, you just kind of determine how much they make you laugh. So you're a lost cause, David. I do apologize for kicking you, but I don't really care. Hello, Christian. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
I mean, why would you ever make such a terrible decision?
Well, okay, so here's a funny story. I personally wasn't gonna vote at all, but my parents like totally forced me to, and they like had me take a picture of my ballot, everything. I'm just personally not a political guy. I really do not like politics in general, just because I'm not educated enough.
Okay, Christian. Well, I mean, I do hope that these like streams can kind of provide you the education, right? So, I mean, I just don't think that you're in a position to, quite frankly, like have a debate with me about these things. But I mean, hopefully, like watching the stream can do a lot for you. But about your parents, like basically forcing you to vote for someone, I mean, I hear about that all the time.
Is that why you kicked him?
What's that? Why I kicked him? Because like he just kind of self-admittedly didn't know anything about politics, and that's just not really a person that can have a confluent conversation with me. But I mean, I think that this stream's still a great thing for them to watch, but maybe just not to be on the panel for. So, anyways, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so why did you vote for Trump?
Because I don't like all these undocumented people coming over. The economy was better when he was in there, and I already know what you're going to say. You're going to be like, when he was president, I don't know what you're going to say, but you're going to say that it was under Biden's administration that the prices were lower, or you're going to say something like that. I already know. But I'm telling you why. It's because of the undocumented people, the economy, what else? Ending war, not going to war. And that's all I have for now. Kamala, she, her speeches, her...
Okay, can I respond to those first 4 points before you make a
what's
fifth?
up? Yeah, go for it.
Great. So you said that you don't like undocumented entry into our country. Well, you shouldn't have voted for Trump, the guy that torpedoed the border bill that caused more undocumented migrants to come into our country. Then about the economy was better in 2017, 2018 under Trump than it was under Biden and Harris. But we wouldn't say that was because of Trump or because of Biden and Harris. It was because of the pandemic. All right. And I just hopefully ask you to make an argument to demonstrate to me how Biden and Harris caused the economy to be worse.
How did they make it worse?
Yeah.
I don't know how they made it worse, but it's worse now when they're there.
Sure. So if something happens in our country, it's to blame on the presidency?
Yes.
Okay. So when we had the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression in April of 2020 under Trump, that was to blame on Trump?
Was he president?
Yeah.
And what did you say that was his fault?
The highest level of unemployment in the last 100 years since the Great Depression.
I mean, I don't know about that one.
But it happened under his presidency. Didn't you just tell me if something happens in the country, it's to blame on the president?
Oh my God, I can't have a conversation with you. I don't know why you're still going after Trump, bro. He won. Just get over it. Dean,
why can't you have a conversation with me?
Because I'm not that smart. Like the way, go talk to Charlie Kirk again, bro. That shit was awesome.
I mean, I've been trying. So, I mean, if you just self-admittedly aren't kind of fucking stupid, I'll happily move on to the next guest. I do appreciate you for coming up, though.
Yeah, you can go for it. But real quick, you didn't get to see Bryce Hall?
No, I didn't get to see Bryce Hall. Unfortunately, he dodged.
Okay, well, I like what you're doing, but I just don't like that you're going for Kamala, but keep it up.
Okay, we're gotta move on to our next guest. Everybody, just do give us a minute. We got Abby loading up into the queue right now. Oh man, the following glitch is so bad on this account. Maybe we do just need to go back over to our second account, so our lives could send out a little bit more. I would love to be able to do the daily lives on here though, but it just simply doesn't look like it's working. Okay. Abby's automatically leaving, so we're going to go ahead and move on to our next guest, Jack. Everybody do give us a minute for Jack to load in. What's the second account? Dean, get a grip. I will probably stay live on here for at least another 20 minutes to see if things start picking up, but if it doesn't, we'll go to another account. Morgan, thank you for the $50 on PayPal, saying I just sent you a DM on TikTok. Help me. Please just respond to the PayPal with your TikTok and I'll definitely check it. Everybody, please do show some love to Morgan in the chat. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. That's absurd. Thank you, Morgan. And what's going on, Jack? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 20.
So why did you vote for Trump?
Because he's going to protect the Constitution.
He's actually quite bad for the Constitution. He called for the termination of articles found within it. He says that he wants to imprison people for burning the American flag when the Supreme Court ruled that's constitutionally protected. And he said that we should take guns first and give two process second, which some would argue would violate the Second Amendment.
But Kamala wants to get rid of the Second Amendment.
Kamala Harris, first of all, is how you pronounce her name. And second of all, the claim that she wants to get rid of the Second Amendment is literal Republican propaganda.
All right, bro. Sorry, I messed you up. I could totally agree with you. I was just pretending. Sorry.
Okay. I appreciate
Sorry,
you for
Mr.
coming up,
Chief.
Jack. We're gonna go to move on to our next guest. Everybody, just do give us a minute, y'all. We got our next guest loading in right now, y'all. So everybody, just do be patient. All right, yeah. Hey, hello. Did you vote for Trump? C, thank you for the live on air.
Oh my
Hello,
God.
did you vote for Trump? I'm pretty sure that's a child, so we're gonna go to move on to our next guest. Everybody, just do give us a minute to get our next guest, Pedro, up in the box, y'all. All right. Hello, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, can you hear me?
I sure can. Why did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump in order to see people like you.
Would reject the things that I say, you probably have a good reason to reject them. And I just want to make sure that you're not
Yes,
just like
purely
a literal
because you
sheep of the
disrespect us at every turn.
One moment, sir. I want to give you ample opportunity to prove that you're like not an incompetent sheep by giving me good reason to reject the things that I preach. So name the claim that I've made, and then give me the good reason insofar as why it's false.
Yeah, by calling men women. That's one point that your ideology espouses.
Are you Christian by chance?
I absolutely think that it is insane for what your side of the party, your side of the
Harris,
aisle
thank you for the
advocate for.
$15 on PayPal. I appreciate
talking point?
Because he broke the law and could get sentenced at max 700 years for it. Like, you understand that that's a pretty bad crime, right? Because it was a two-step. It was a Class C felony in the state of New York, committing falsification of business records with an intent to commit a second crime, which in this circumstance was to sway the outcome of an election.
So wouldn't you understand that that's not as harsh as what actual felons get convicted of?
No, he's an actual felon that people get convicted of. Do you think that McDonald's is wrong for not hiring felons?
Yeah, I think they're wrong for not hiring felons.
Okay. Do you think that do you think that McDonald's is wrong for not hiring rapists?
No.
Okay, so we wouldn't be wrong for not hiring a rapist to run our country. Donald Trump has also been held civilly liable for rape.
Oh, could I counteract that? Well, I'm going to counteract that. Would you say that she's in the right state of mind? I'm just going to say EJ.
Eugene Carroll.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on here, but Eugene Carroll. Would you say she's
say her name?
So, if she has so much credibility, then why did she make it a big deal that she just casually named Donald Trump as one of her oppressors? Let's say, like in her book when she first exposed it, she didn't make it a big deal that she just named a handful of guys, and it just happened to be the running president.
I'm confused of what you're saying, right? And she also didn't name a handful of guys. She named Trump and spoke about how he had raped her, and then he defamed her. Then she pursued litigation. What are you asking?
Well, when she first aired this, right? When she first made this public, it was in a book.
Yeah.
And Trump was one of a number of guys who got named, and she just.
Who are the other guys?
I can't tell you.
Because I don't think that there was one of a number.
Oh, wait.
I think there's two.
Hold on. Here's the problem with that. The book was about hating men or despising men, whatever you want to say. That's what the book was about, and it was about how she had been wronged by men in the past, and she just casually just threw out Trump.
Okay, so first of all, her book was not about hating men. Second of all, if her book was about hating men, that doesn't change anything. Like, okay, and then second of all, you're saying, quote unquote, casually named Trump as someone that raped her. I still don't understand the implications there insofar as how that would relate to her claims being false or their jury ruling an incorrect verdict. I think that you're just being apologetic to a rapist and you're blaming a victim. Have you ever been raped before?
How am I? No, I have never, but...
So then what information are you using to place a standard on how casual / non-casual of an expectation we'd place on victims to come out about rape?
Sitting president.
What does that change? If anything, that gives her more of a reason to come out about the fact that he's raped her.
It's the fact she did it so nonchalantly.
What do you mean by nonchalantly? Like, can you give me a quote where she's just super nonchalant about it? Give me a quote that's super casual, nonchalant.
She didn't make it a big deal. She thought it was...
Right, putting it in a fucking book is a pretty big deal, man.
Hold on, but she didn't like... people had to find her. She didn't have to find people. CNN interviewed her, and she wasn't well.
And she wasn't well. How so? Wifey, thank you for the galaxy.
She wasn't in the right state of mind.
What about her performance in her interview with Anderson Cooper led you to the conclusion that she was not in the right state of mind and was unwell?
Because she thought it was just like another Tuesday to name the president as essay victim. I mean, as a essay oppressor.
So I certainly didn't get that same read watching her interview with Anderson Cooper. But even if she was incredibly like nonchalant about it, like who are you to say that invalidates what she was saying?
Well,
I don't think that you're in the right state of mind. Why are you so fucking nonchalant about victim blaming?
Why? How am I?
I think that this guy is like obviously right, like lying, right? Because he's just being so like nonchalant and calm about victim blaming and being a rape apologist.
Could you say
are you unwell?
What's your definition of victim blaming?
Victim blaming, right? Shifting blame from the victim in this context, from a victim of grape, from the rapist to the victim, right? So instead of like holding Trump accountable and like qualifying him as a bad man that did bad things, saying that he shouldn't have access to public offices such as the presidency, you instead decide to qualify the victim, the grape victim, Eugene Carroll, as being like not in the right state of mind and obviously lying, right? So
No,
you'd
but
be
I never
blaming her
said
for what happened to her.
No, I never said it was her fault that she got essayed. I'm saying that it didn't happen. And
and saying that it didn't happen and denying her claims that were accepted by the jury because you perceive her to be not in a right state of mind is victim blaming. Can you name one piece of evidence that she submitted to the court that determined Trump had raped her?
That's what my mind was going to. Wasn't it just that one photo of Trump and Eugene at, well, I forget the hotel or where in New York it was, but it was a photo.
So there's a photo of the two submitted to the court right after Donald Trump claimed that he had never met her. So there's already one inconsistency and one lie within his testimony.
Wait, were they facing the same way?
Yeah, they took a picture together.
Wait, hold on. And you expect Trump to know everybody he's met in New York City over the last 30 years?
Okay, so you're just saying that he forgot that he met her. Okay, so I mean that's already improbable out of nature of the fact. And then secondly, it is the case that he said he wouldn't have raped her because she wasn't his type. And then he confused a picture of his ex-wife Marla, right? A picture of Eugene Carroll with a picture of his ex-wife of Marla, right? So either his ex-wife wasn't his type or he was lying. Right. It's also the case that she had medical records from the 1990s indicating that Donald Trump raped her. Consistency between that, the testimony of a state licensed psychiatric psychologist, alongside her own testimony and the testimony of 7 others. And what's your counter argument? Your counter argument's just she's crazy because she's a woman and I'm a piece of shit.
You see, I never called you a piece of shit. I never said it was because she was a woman. This is what you call a straw man.
Oh, I'm just I'm just inferring things here because so far your counter argument has been, well, she didn't meet my arbitrary standard of seriousness when she reported that Donald Trump had raped her, and then further yet on top of that, she just seemed crazy on her.
Your evidence is a photo of them together. Your evidence is a photo of them together.
Okay, so I just named off 7 pieces of evidence.
Well, yeah, but none of that is substantial.
It was literally defined as substantial, right? A preponderance of evidence. I'd even argue that it proved that it had occurred beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt.
Why did she come out 30 years later?
It wasn't 30 years. 30 years. It was 23. And I don't think that we should victim blame a woman for waiting 23 years because it is, shut the fuck up, because it is the case that 60% of women that get raped never report in their lifetimes because men like you exist.
Dude, you're making it less credible because you want to go after Trump. Right, you're making it less credible for actual SA victims to come out because now they're the more you push this false narrative that
you literally can't even make an argument that it's false. You just say that your thoughts and feelings think so. That's why I'm not taking you too seriously right now. It's because I'm coming out here with actual facts, data, statistics, right? Arguments from the court records, right? Facts on what a preponderance of evidence is, how the jury ruled, how it was unanimous. I'm giving you the individual pieces of evidence, and then you're just kind of she is a liar. That's crazy.
What about you?
I'll literally prove this to you. You said that she seemed unwell in her interview with Anderson Cooper.
Exactly.
Right. So what facts of her interview with Anderson Cooper led you to the conclusion that she was seemingly unwell?
Did you see it?
I sure did. Right. But see, this is why I'm asking you this question, because do you recognize how you can't actually give me any quotes or facts from the interview?
You see how
just give me your thoughts and your feelings
really fast, right?
I'll stop interrupting you. Go ahead and tell me a fact of the interview that led you to the conclusion that she was seemingly unwell.
Because she didn't seem like a victim. She just seemed like she wanted to come after men. She wanted to push her buck.
Based upon what facts of the interview? Give me a quote.
Do you have a quote from the interview?
I'm not making a positive claim about it.
No, I'm just saying that nobody can quote that interview. People can just use their memory.
Eugene Carroll said in her interview with Anderson Paak, quote unquote, a lot of people think that grape is sexy. Grape isn't sexy. Grape is violent.
Hold on. The thing is, I can't actually quote the interview. I only like watched.
Yeah. So do you see how you're just a weak-minded simpleton fuck that wants to come up on my live
Hold on.
victim blame?
When am I ever victim blaming?
That literally got raped by a man, and you're just gonna sit here and say that she didn't seem like a victim. She seemed unwell, and she was obviously lying, and she's just a misandrist. But meanwhile, you can't give me any facts
I want you to
from the
react
interview
to
with
it.
Anderson Cooper that led you to that conclusion. You were literally just sitting here and you're saying, "Oh, that's just how I felt." Right? I just intuited that she was not
is it a
actually
big deal?
victim of a rape.
It's a big deal, right? Right? Can you confirm it's a big deal?
What's a big deal?
That Trump allegedly.
It's not allegedly when it's been proven in a court.
Okay, I'm saying that's a big deal, correct? And
is a big
yet
deal.
she acts so nonchalant about it because she was like, "Well, this is men in general that I'm talking about." This
Is that a
not-
quote from her book?
That's from the interview. I can't directly quote her from the interview.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. She was trying to say that.
Go ahead and
this
play
is
me a
more
clip.
so men. I can't directly quote.
Because that wasn't in the interview.
Well, then you have to react to the interview again.
I've listened to it in totality like 5 times.
I literally can't directly quote it.
I know, because you don't know shit. You're just lost.
Nobody-
right? You're literally just
somebody
sitting
can get
here.
the idea of
I'm gonna
something
go ahead
and
and
not be
explain
able
to you. I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you your thought process. I'm a fucking stupid. I really like
Holy
Trump,
fuck.
and
Here
because
we go
I
with the
really like
ad-homs.
Trump, I'm gonna go ahead and
That
deny.
likes incest.
Hey, I like incest.
That's what your clip said.
What the fuck, buddy? Are you Christian?
No,
You are Christian.
I'm literally not. You're just assuming things.
Are you atheist?
I'm not saying my religion.
What's
I'm
your
just not
religion?
Christian. Indigenous.
Indigenous is not a religion.
Mutual.
Say that again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't know the language.
So do you just like hold a religion that's like typical that of indigenous individuals?
Yes.
What is it?
You don't know it.
So inform me on what it is.
It's one from Mexico from indigenous people.
So what's it called?
It's like a more spiritual. It's not really a religion.
I know. What's it called?
I can't tell you a name.
You don't know what your own spirituality is called.
Peyote cortas. I don't
Okay.
necessarily know. how to-
For individuals in the chat that do speak Spanish and maybe are familiar with spirituality or religions typical of that of indigenous individuals in the Mexico area, right? Is that the name of like a spirituality or a religion?
It's just one of the gods I looked up to. Well, I don't know why is this relevant?
Wait. So what did the chat just say? No. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. No. Sure. Certainly. So what you just said was that made up? I'm actually seeing a lot of people in the chat
I'm
saying
more
that was
Mexican
actually
than any
just
of them. I'm
gibberish.
more Mexican than any of them. That's the answer. These are
Bro,
surface level.
We just gotta kick that guy. Okay. We're gonna go back to the main account. I guess we're not sending out on here either. So would you guys? He literally just said syllables, bro. That's that's insane. What straight gibberish? Holy shit. Yeah, he kind of forgot that like we have 3,000 people in here, and there's going to be a very large percentage of the people in their life that do speak Spanish, right, and can verify if what he was saying was true or false. But we are going to go ahead and move back to the main account, y'all, because seemingly we aren't sending out on here either. So everyone head over to @itsdean. I will see you all on there very, very shortly. We're just going to go back and try on that account. So I'll see you all in 10 seconds. @itsdean. You can even just click through my bio, and you'll be on my main account. Rapist if I told you I was a fan of Mike?
No. I'll be back on later.
You're not going to come back on that because that was your point. But you'll see that I actually hold consistency. Yeah, I don't like Mike because he's a convicted rapist. Congratulations. Hello. All right, Jonas, tell me why you voted for Trump.
I voted for Trump because he's going to help with immigration and he's pro-life like me.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for the sunglasses. So let's start with immigration. What is Donald Trump's plan for immigration?
Stronger border control.
Okay, and like what's his plan to achieve stronger border patrol? Because that's a goal. Now what's his plan for the goal?
Wasn't it like putting up the wall? And he wants
Putting up the
Mexico to
wall.
pay for it? Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, he already failed with that plan during his first term, Jenny. I think you put the live on air. Plus, Biden and Harris tried to influence a bipartisan border bill through the House and the Senate 2 years ago that included more funding for the wall that would have built more wall than Trump ever did under his first term, and he torpedoed it. So we know that he stands in opposition to the wall. Also, not to mention that the wall is an end-all, save-all, right? You could get around the wall, you could dig under, you could climb over, you could break through, you could take a boat around, all right? And that's not comprehensive border policy, right? And that's definitely not going to deport migrants like he also has said he is intended to do. That's just kind of like a tagline for like dumb Americans.
Yeah, well, Trump wants Mexico to pay for it, not U.S. tax dollars. That's why he also wants the low tax dollars.
Who paid for the wall in the first term of Trump's presidency?
U.S. citizens.
Great. Good answer.
But we were
what time
forced
is
to.
it?
What?
Yeah, Trump forced you to.
Yeah, but he wanted the Mexico to pay for it.
Yeah, but that's not Mexico's burden. Obviously, they wouldn't pay for it.
It is Mexico burdens because their immigrants keep on coming to our country. How is it not their burden?
So you're saying that we could force other countries to do things for us? I'm just out of curiosity. How many branches of government is there?
3.
Name them.
The state, the district court, and
okay, moving on to our next guest. I'm losing brain cells. I don't know why these guests today are making me lose brain cells. Like, what the fuck is going on? For the 3.5 thousand people hanging out with us in here today, make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. I don't know why.
I love you, Dean.
Hey, Antonio, I love you too, man. Thanks for coming up. Like, what is going on with all these guests just being like really like not that smart? Like, dude, it is really bad today. It is really bad today. Like all these guests today are just not that smart at all. What's up, Skilled? Did you vote for Trump? All right, Skilled's not loading in. We're going to move on to our next guest. Everybody just do give us a minute to get our next guest up in the box. All right, we got our next guest loading in. What's up, you guys? Did y'all vote for Trump?
No,
Okay,
I just want to know, what'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had a really good double cheeseburger from Culver's. It was actually fucking really good. Hey, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
I am 22.
What year were you born in?
2003.
2003, and you're 22. That's impossible, I think. Yeah, it is impossible. You'd only be 21, so you're alone. Goodbye.
Brr.
Moving on to our next guest. Everybody just do give us a minute. We got our next guest loading up in. All right, everybody just do give us a minute. Hey, what's going on? How old are you?
Hey, man, I got a question for you.
Yeah. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes. Why do you keep dick sucking Trump, bro? Stop dick sucking Trump, bro.
Are you the one writing the fanfics? Why do they always leave? I always want to talk to the people that talk about myself engaging in gay sex, but they never want to talk. Oh no, man! Whatever. We're gonna move on to our next guest. I swear to God, I don't think that the conservative straight men understand the implications of them coming up in here and then talking for 3 minutes about me engaging in gay sex. So oh Dean, oh yeah, is that? Then they'll go on this monologue with a very clear, explicit detail, and after so long, you're like, wow. You are creative. You know what I mean? It is they are the ones at 3 a.m. every Saturday morning writing those damn fanfics on Wattpad. That's right. Hello, ISI Jackson. Did you vote for Trump? He's not even here. What the hell? Moving on to our next guest. Let's go and get our next guest up in the box. They really, yeah. All right, moving on. We're gonna go and get our next guest up in the queue. Everybody just do give us a minute. All right. Hey, what's going on, man? Did you vote for Trump?
Follow me.
No.
Why?
Why should I follow you?
Okay, bye.
All right, we're gonna move on to our next guest. Everybody just do give us a minute. Let's go and see what we got next. Everybody do just give us a minute. All right. Woo! Make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. All right. Hello, Chris. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Are you driving?
No, I'm riding.
You're riding, okay. So why did you vote
Just
for
left
Trump,
work.
man?
Because the last administration was terrible.
So bad? Okay. What is one bad thing the Biden-Harris administration did?
To start, the Inflation Reduction Act, that was
So
terrible.
why was the Inflation
It
Reduction
added-
Act terrible?
It added inflation.
Well, that's not true. And the reason that's not true is because it was deficit
Okay, why are
reducing for
prices
10 years.
higher now? Why are prices higher?
Sure,
Gas,
I could.
groceries, rent,
That's a great
home.
question. But before we answer that question, we're going to talk about your statement that the Inflation Reduction Act caused inflation. So how did the Inflation Reduction Act cause inflation?
Okay, it might not have been the main cause, but tell me why are all the prices higher if you have all the answers.
I can, but once again, we'll do that in 10 seconds because I want to focus on the Inflation Reduction Act. So how could the Inflation Reduction Act that actually reduced our deficit over 10 years cause inflation? Because consumer spending, right, government spending,
I mean,
those are things that are
we're not feeling
inflationary,
that, though.
but
We're
it
not
literally
feeling that.
reduced government spending as it was deficit reducing.
Yeah, but we're not feeling it.
You're not feeling that? Okay,
No, every price is higher for
the
everything.
claim that you're not feeling the effects of the Inflation Reduction Act is different from the claim that the Inflation Reduction Act caused inflation.
Okay, aside from that, why are the prices still higher?
Because
The Inflation Reduction Act is named the Inflation
Trump.
Reduction Act
No, because Trump did it.
because Trump did it.
Yes, Trump caused all the inflation.
But tariffs?
Yes, Trump did it. Trump did it all, motherfucker. Trump did it all. Trump did it all. Quite frankly, it was all Trump. It was all Trump. You know that? I'm just kidding. So why are people spamming Dean and Harry Raid? I'm Dean. Anyways, so yeah, what caused inflation was COVID. So COVID caused inflation, not only in America, but in literally every other country in the world. But quite frankly, we had the quickest rebound from the inflation onset by COVID. Right, and although that rate has significantly slowed down to pre-pandemic levels, we're still going to have higher prices that exist concurrently. There's no way that we can really reduce those prices for a lot of goods.
It's been 4 years.
Right, so that it's been 4 years for what?
Since COVID.
It has been 4 years since COVID, but if you're listening to what I was saying, we can't decrease the price of goods. That'd be deflation, and deflation equals recession, right? But we're rather focused on increasing the standard of living by giving the average American more purchasing power while keeping the rate of inflation relatively low, so like wages can catch up to the higher prices of goods.
All right, cool deal. Well, Trump's in now, so we'll see.
Well, Trump's going to
That's all I
cause
wanted.
more inflation.
Yeah, I doubt that, but we'll see. We'll see.
So the reason he's going to cause more inflation is because he advocates for tariffs, and tariffs cause inflation. They're actually supposed to cause inflation.
Yeah, okay, so the 2 years after he implemented his tariffs, inflation went down for 2 years.
No,
Yes,
not for goods
yes, they
that were
did.
imported and affected by the tariffs, such as washing machines,
Okay, they went up.
solar
They
panels,
went up
and
minimal.
U.S.
It was
agricultural
minimal that they
exports.
went up. Yeah.
No, in fact,
was
the
minimal
pricing
that
of
they went
washing
up.
machines went up 129%.
Okay. Okay, so why did Biden and them keep most of his tariffs and then add billions
I like
more?
how what he's doing is he's looking at a tariff on a micro perspective and then looking at a macro effect.
Yeah, well, it's because RC made that really shitty video and made that
I know.
argument. So now,
It's-
like, all
he's
the
an
Republicans
idiot.
are on it.
I literally talked to him and I dunked on him like really bad. I'm about to post it because he just sounds like an idiot.
Well, some random person dunked on RC.
I saw that too.
And it has like 20K. I reposted it. It was pretty good.
I don't know who RC is, honestly.
You probably saw his video, to be honest with you.
I might have. I don't know who you're talking about. But yeah, I gotta get though. That's it. That's all I wanted to know. Yeah, have a good one.
All right. Yo, Parker, how you feeling today, man? Today's pretty bad, dude.
Yeah, it's been horrible. The same thing happened to you has been happening, or happened to me has been happening to you.
Yeah, and I learned that the restarts actually don't work, because when I first went live, I was able to get up to like 7K, then I was like, oh, that's not good enough. So then I did a bunch of restarts, and now it's like, fucked. Hello, I'm not. Did you vote for Trump?
Hello. Could I speak in behalf of somebody?
How old are you?
Could I speak in behalf of somebody?
Child. Fetus. Fetus. Moving on to our next guest. Everybody do give us a minute. Ooh. That is a baby. A baby. An infant. A fetus.
Hello.
Hello. How old are you?
I'm 21.
You're 21. Phenomenal, bro. So, did you make the terrible decision of voting for Don?
No, I voted for Kamala, but
Paige, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. You're based. Hell yeah, I appreciate you for the love. Let's fucking go? Let's fucking go? Okay. All right. Let's fucking go? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, for all the people in the comment section saying, let him speak, let him speak. Guys, we're looking for debates with Trump supporters. I would love to let him speak, but we're here for debates. You know what I mean? Hi, Emily.
Hey, I'm going to see myself out then. I just wanted to say that you're great. That's all.
Hey, Emily. I appreciate you for the love. Have a good rest of your day. You know what, Emily? You're great. Quite frankly, you're great. That's you. That's you. That's all of you guys. Hello. Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah,
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
2006.
What year did you graduate from high school? Yeah. Hop out.
That's rough.
Moving on to our next guest, everybody. Do you just give us a minute? Oh boy. All right. Quite frankly, what is up with all the fetuses? Hello, Ryan. Did you vote for Ryan? Automatically left. Someone in the chat said, "I don't believe you." Quite frankly, that's right. Quite frankly.
Paige, thank you for the
That's right.
$5.
All right. Moving on to our next guest. We got Natasha loading up into the queue. Oh. Hey, honestly, our guest requests aren't full, so just spam the chat if you voted for Trump. It'll just make it a whole lot easier on me. Hello, Natasha. Did you vote for Trump? Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. I was liking.
No
I voted-
worries. Someone says RC is in the chat. I guess while we're looking for next guest, RC, all of your video responses absolutely sucked. I've never seen weaker arguments from a conservative. First, to your point about tariffs, right? If it is the case that on the macro scale inflation decreases, that doesn't mean that tariffs have non-inflationary pressures. For instance, tax cuts have inflationary pressures, and that's a unanimous fact because they increase consumer spending. You can't deny that. But yet, after the implementation of the TCJ in 2017, we still saw the macro effects on the large scale, right, with the rate of inflation going down. So in a functioning economy, you could have inflationary pressures and disinflationary pressures, but overall, more inflationary pressures is still a bad thing, right?
Is it working now?
It looks like it is, I guess. So so there's to discredit your first point, RC, and then RC for your second point about the study that I referenced. Insofar as the person that would qualify if there have been 65,000 grape victims that have been denied access to abortion, just because a conflict of interest statement would exist doesn't necessarily disqualify the methodology of the study. I'd love to see you post an updated video where you actually disqualify the methodology of the study conducted, and also given the fact that the numbers are rooted from the CDC, right, we could actually demean and diminish the value of the conflict of interest statement because he didn't collect the data, the CDC did. So there you go, RC. Hi, Sophia. How old are you? Okay, well, Sophia's not here. We're going to move on to our next guest. Let's go into what our next guest, Skylar, has to say. If you are in the queue, make sure that you voted for Trump.
So weird. It just randomly started working, bro.
I mean, I'm really happy that it did.
I'm happy that it did, dude. Fuck.
Hi, Dean Parker. Can you hear me?
Hey, Skylar. Did you vote for Trump?
I'm a non-binary person on HRT. It's okay. You can kick me if you wanted to. I just want to say first and foremost, what you guys do, super important. It's like my therapy, hearing you guys go in. Sorry, I just got off my run on these homophobes. So keep doing you, keep being amazing, and I'm excited to hear you guys keep going. So
Skylar,
thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Have a good one, Skylar. Have a good one. We love Skylar. Everyone, show some love to Skylar down below. What's up, Jack? Did you vote for Trump?
Oh, yes, sir.
And how old are you?
18.
18. So you're not 18. You're a kid, right?
I'm 18.
17?
Faith wants you to make me bigger,
18.
Dean.
Faith? Okay, I got you. 18. Okay, what year were you born in?
2006.
Okay, all right. So why did you vote for Trump?
Because he's in office now, so yeah.
Well, he's actually not in office now. You're wrong. Incorrect.
About to be, so.
Okay, so why did you vote for him to be in office again?
Keep complaining.
I'm asking you. I'm not complaining. I'm asking you why you voted for Trump.
Are you just doing these lives just so because you lost? Because just keep talking trash about him. He's about to be in office, so.
You know what?
Jack,
I will become
we're doing these lives because Donald Trump is.
Don't run. We got a baby and not running. Jack, come back. Jack. I will become a Trump supporter if you can answer one question. I will pledge my allegiance to the Republican Party if you can answer one question correctly. Come back. Oh, he ran. Sorry, Parker. I saw him going on pause, and I just had to like hop in there and give him any reason to come back. But you know what I mean? But it didn't work.
All right, dude. I'm happy it's working. What the fuck, dude?
This is
what
great.
the fuck?
This is good news.
I don't know how to explain that because it wasn't working for you before, and my restarts didn't work.
Mine didn't either. Thank you so much for the swan, Justice. I have no clue why we're sending that. Hello, Mally. Hi, did you vote for Trump? I love you. Oh, I love you too, Mally. I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Hell no, I hate Trump. I love you.
Yeah, W fetus. W fetus, chat. Can we get some W's for the fetus?
Man, the Also, if you do want to support either myself or Parker, we both have our Venmos, Cash Apps, PayPals, all in the bio, y'all. You guys already know how it goes. What is up, D20VK? Did you vote for Donald J. Trump? See what I mean? Like, this is the type of person in the queue. Like, we can't have this, bro. We're here for debates. Yo, Mom Peach, what's going on? I hope that you're well,
They need to add like a thing where every like 30 seconds you have to click something in order to stay in the queue.
I know, that'd be so nice. Or you know what would be even better? A button where like we could just mass kick everyone out of the queue. That's what would be nice.
Yeah, I guess both of those would be good.
Eric, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
They used to have that actually, by the way.
Oh man, this sucks. Eric, how old are you?
21.
You're 21. And why did you vote for Donald J. Dumpy Trump?
Because he'll fix the economy.
He's gonna fix the economy.
A male. Yeah, I think probably better, especially because what's going on in the world.
So we're going to talk about that second point first. So you said that men are better at leading than women, right? That's something that you think?
Yes.
Okay, so answer this question. Why are men better at leading than women?
Because women are indecisive and they are more empathetic.
More indecisive, and they're more empathetic. Anything else?
And they're less tough.
And they're less tough. So on your first point about indecisiveness, why do you think women are less decisive than men?
Well, when they face some decision, I guess they pause a little, and then they just can't make strict decisions.
Girl, I literally have indecisiveness.
Conquered the whole Europe.
Donald Trump didn't conquer the whole Europe.
Why are we conquering Europe? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Where the fuck does conquering Europe come from?
Wait, say that again?
Wait, Donald Trump was elected instead of Hillary Clinton. Did Donald Trump conquer Europe?
No, I'm saying if Hitler was a woman, you think she'll be able to conquer the whole Europe?
Wait, Eric, I have a question.
Hitler. I thought you said Hillary.
I have a question, Eric.
Hitler.
Eric, would you rather vote for Hitler or Kamala Harris?
Kamala.
Okay, the fact that it took that long is crazy.
I'm not saying Hitler's a good leader. He's a really bad leader with bad ethics, but I would say he's a good leader.
Whoa.
No,
you think Hitler's a good leader?
Yes, but I admit that he's a bad person, but I think he's a good leader. Like, his leadership is good. That's why he was able to conquer the whole
What about
Europe.
his leadership is good?
I'm not saying he's a good person. I'm saying
what
he's
about
a good
his leadership
leader.
is good,
He
Eric?
has good leadership skill.
Eric, tell me what about his leadership is good. Tell me why Hitler is a good leader under your view.
I'm not saying he's good as in morals. He's good because why else would he be able to conquer Europe and be like the most powerful country in World War II?
Are you saying
he
like his
lost all of his power, by the way?
Yeah, are you saying like his war strategy was good?
Yeah.
The whole reason he unalived himself and Nazi Germany fell was because of his war strategy. He declared war in the U.S.
Well, he lost, but
at a point in which he shouldn't have.
How else?
Then also
the U.S. and the Soviet Union. Why do you do that?
Yeah, like his two battles with the U.S. and the
Well, yes,
Soviet
he did
Union
lose, but
is what lost
in the beginning,
Nazi
though.
Germany the World War II.
Yeah, he has no clue what he's doing. That's why he lost.
Yeah, there's only
Well,
like
he's been
one.
greedy, but
I'm not gonna lie, Eric. I'm probably just gonna kick you. But before I do, there's only one good thing that Hitler ever did. Can you guess what I'm about to say it was? What happened in that bunker? Yeah, yeah. All right. We're gonna gotta move on. Have a good one.
He did.
Let's go and see what our next guest has to say. Skylar, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love. We're gonna go and move on to our next guest. Thank you for the $5 donation. All right. Hello, Herb. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
And why is that?
Historically, I'm a Democrat, and I was big for Bernie, back to back. And
Bernie to Trump pipeline makes no goddamn sense.
Let me-
like, there's so many people that will say that, and I'm just left like, huh? You know
I
what
actually
mean?
voted for Obama.
City, thank you for the
grew up-
love drop. I appreciate you for the love. City, everyone show some love to City down below. So what happened? Why did you vote for Trump?
I voted for Trump only because I did not like the Democratic process that took place with Biden and Harris. I think that process was a big factor for me. I'm in California too, so my vote I knew wouldn't really count.
Are you talking about the lack of a primary?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if there was a primary and Kamala Harris was elected through the primary, would have you voted for her in the general?
I think more likely, yes.
Would you have? Yes or no?
Yes, I think more likely. Well, more
No,
likely.
not more likely. Would you have?
Tia, thank you for the $5. on Venmo.
It depends because I would have found out more about the candidate and I would have had more options to choose from. And I would have hoped somebody like Bernie would actually have been able to be the candidate.
No, I said if she got elected given the primaries, would you have voted for her?
Isn't Bernie like in his 80s?
Yes, but he.
Wait, why won't you answer? Why won't you fucking answer my question? If she was elected in the primaries, would you have voted for her?
I said probably yes.
Okay, you would have voted for her. So
Bernie's
actually,
literally 83 and he wants him to be.
Okay, I think that Bernie
starting at 83 is crazy.
So I just want to clarify that you literally just conceded that Kamala Harris had a more comprehensive policy and platform
did not.
than Donald
I did
Trump
not.
because you said that you would have voted for her given the same circumstances of a primary election.
I think that I want the Democrats to stop having coups on their own candidates to allow the people to have a voice, which is what they did multiple times with Bernie. And that's why after that, I was sick of what they're doing because I don't think that I think the Democrats have become the establishment. I think that the way you guys talk to people is not going to get people to vote for them because you talk down to people.
Okay, there's like 5 different points. So let's just go A to Z. So first of all, you said that you would have voted for Kamala Harris over Donald Trump given that she was elected through a primary. Okay, so that means that you think that most likely speaking, Kamala Harris had a better platform with better policy than Donald Trump.
That's not what I said. I said most likely.
So then why would you have voted for her over Trump?
If she won the primary, that would mean that people would have went through all the policies and the different standpoints and got to know her better. And you
Logan, thank you for $5
would have been more battle tested.
Natalie, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo as well. Saying thank you for what you do. Thank you for the $10, Natalie.
We're asking how that would change your vote. Because to be totally frank with you, there wasn't a open sort of scenario because no one fucking decided to join because she was endorsed by Joe Biden and would have won.
But it would, okay. We have to both of them all admit that we know that Biden wasn't mentally capable before that.
And I think the $5, Heather think the $10. Well, I knew that,
yes,
right?
But
it is the case that neither is Trump.
And then they got to choose the candidate, and that pissed people off because people want to see a democratic process.
So why would you have voted? I've been asking the same question. If you don't,
that has nothing to do with her losing. By the way, like absolutely fucking nothing. She lost because people attribute inflation to the incumbent president. That's
I think that there's different issues for each person, and you guys have to realize that the people that are the independents is your best chance. You're not going to get MAGA people to change their minds. You're going to have people like myself who are like. Look at certain things. Like I care about one thing that lead me that way, to be honest, and I know you guys are going to make fun of me for it, was because I actually appreciate
City. Thank you for the subscription.
RFK's stance on the food. So that's what
Natalie, think of it $10. Oh Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to make it.
Do you want to get fluoride out of the water?
Bro, I've been trying to make a point this whole time.
Fluoride is banned in Germany, isn't it?
You want all fluoride out of the water?
Fluoride is banned in Germany, is it not?
No, Herb. Do you want all fluoride out of the water? Yes or no?
I think that it should be a person's choice if they want fluoride. I actually have a reverse osmosis, which removes fluoride from my water anyway. So yes.
So all fluoride. You want all fluoride out of every public water system.
If we're adding it, yes. If it's natural.
Do you have any statistical evidence that indicates that the level of fluoride within the water, right, in typical specifically causes negative impacts, right, upon people in typical, and does it provide benefits in terms of mouth hygiene?
Let's look at this. So we know that fluoride in toothpaste does help teeth. And why do babies not get fluoride in toothpaste? Because they ingest it, right? They're not supposed to ingest it. Is that true?
Yeah, at the levels in which it is.
Okay.
In toothpaste.
And so, but why are we adding it to water?
Because it's not at levels in which would necessarily harm people negatively.
So then why are we
dental health? For dental health, they reduce the likelihood of dental decay.
You can look at 1994 to now, and you'll see that cavities are on a rise more than ever today.
No, so I'm saying, dude, you understand that fluoridation of water has existed well longer before that?
But it started in Grand Rapids is where it actually began. But I'm saying since I understand that before that it started, but you'd expect since 1994 to now, with the way health our world is about brushing their teeth more and fluoride.
Also, babies don't drink water.
So, I'm sorry, what was that?
You give babies formula under one. It's ill-advised to give babies
I know that.
water.
I have 2 children. But I'm saying in toothpaste, you do not give children a special toothpaste because it can't be fluoride in it. So all I'm saying
because there's higher levels. I could explain this to you if you'll listen.
Okay, I'll listen.
Yeah, because there's higher levels of fluoride in toothpaste than there is in like general drinking water.
You do have to brush your teeth, sorry.
And the higher levels of higher levels of fluoride in toothpaste are generally advised as unhealthy for children. Yet the levels of fluoride found in water is not.
Okay, but I'm saying if your only purpose of adding fluoride to water is because it benefits teeth, and all the data shows that teeth decay is worse than 1994, and it's banned in Germany, in other countries.
What data shows you that?
You can
I'd ask you for very specific data that would demonstrate that the levels of fluoride in water has made tooth decay worse. Do you have a study that demonstrates?
I'm not saying you would say that it makes it better because you're saying to add it to make it better, right? That's the purpose of it. If the only purpose is...
but then overall there could be like external variables that would impact like the quality of teeth in America. So you'd have to isolate for those external variables by...
I have right here from the NIH that says that a percentage that has not changed significantly between 1999 through 2004 and 2011 through 2016 ANES cycles. That's referencing the level of decay in the teeth from 20 to 64-year-olds. So what you just made was what you just said is a made-up fucking statistic.
It's not a fake statistic. I will send you.
It is a made-up statistic. I just read off the fucking.
Okay, research since 1994 that cavities have been on the rise. That's a fact. Teeth decay has been on the rise since 1994.
Okay, can you give me a source?
No, we did see a decline. Okay, I'm currently on this live, so afterwards I will send it to you. I promise you that. But I can't do it. I'm on live. I'm not going to search.
So I'm going to try to explain. I'm going to literally try to explain this to you one more time. Like I don't understand.
Can I just say one more thing?
No, you actually can't. Hi.
Why?
Hi. It's my turn because I've been trying to speak this whole time, and like you have not been allowing me to.
You guys never.
I do have a paper here as well. I can read off a part of it if you'd like, Dean.
Yeah, there's the
that
one
justifies
point that
fluoridation.
The
one point that I want to make, right, is that you're making the argument that because tooth decay has been on a rise since the 70s, it is the case that fluoride is causing it, right? But here's what I'd say. So stop talking, right? There's plenty other factors that could possibly be causing higher levels of cavities or decay within our teeth. I could posit the hypothesis that it's higher levels of the levels of fluoride within our drinking water actually helps prevent that. And if it was the case that we did not have the levels of fluoride in our drinking water today, the levels of cavities and decays would be even higher than they are today, right?
I would say
that's just another hypothesis, right, that I'm positing that would be contrary to yours. So how do we determine whose hypothesis is correct? Well, we would determine whose hypothesis is correct by isolating for very specific variables, right? I would have to isolate for the variable of higher levels of sugar in food, and if that causes higher levels of cavity or tooth decay. And very similarly, you'd have to isolate for the variable of fluoride. And because you are the one making the positive claim that fluoride in water is bad for teeth, I will now ask you to provide me with an isolated study that demonstrates that, specifically speaking, levels of fluoride in drinking water is bad for these reasons. So do you have a study that you could demonstrate to me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Do you have a study?
I do not have a study that demonstrates that. My point, you guys asked me about fluoride. First off, my point was more on like reducing, like we were talking about, the sugar in our food, the processed food in our diets. That's what
because you don't have a study that demonstrates fluoride in water is bad.
But you don't have
Isolated.
you also are just saying that it's. Why would you add something that you're saying doesn't benefit? If you're saying, hey, I can prove to you that teeth decay is just as bad, then why would you add something unnecessary? You should be the people's choice if they want to add it or not.
Okay, so now you're making the argument that fluoride in water isn't bad, it's just unnecessary?
I'm saying we should not ingest fluoride. That's a fact. We shouldn't ingest it.
Why?
Because
Any level?
I'm saying you're saying low levels over time. Before we didn't have fluoride in
Okay,
our.
I'm gonna cite this. So there was a Cochrane review, and the review found that water fluoridation is effective at reducing levels of tooth decay among children. The introduction of water fluoridation resulted in children having 35% fewer decayed, missing, and filled baby teeth, and 26% lower or fewer decayed, missing, and filled permanent teeth.
City, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you for the love, City. Everybody, please do show some love to City in the chat.
For Germany, public drinking water supplies are not currently fluoridated in any part of Germany. However, right, for children and adolescents, usage of fluoridated salt and toothpaste, as well as fluoride tablets and washes, are strongly encouraged by the German Ministry of Health.
I'm not against fluoride in toothpaste whatsoever. I completely agree with fluoride in toothpaste and think you should.
Okay, so now we've now demonstrated a study to you that would say fluoride in water is good. You do not have a study that would say fluoride in water is bad. So in
you didn't. He did. When was fluoride added to toothpaste? What year?
Bro, when the year that fluoride was added to toothpaste has nothing to do with if fluoride in water is good.
It would matter if you added fluoride to toothpaste.
Shut the fuck up and listen.
This person's dumb.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense. We're going to move on to the next guest. Like, oh my god. Okay, moving on to our next guest, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody just do give us a minute. I don't understand how humans can be, like, so irrational. Like, that just makes no sense.
It's really annoying. I hate it.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, I've been working so hard over, like, the last year or two to, like, be able to demonstrate more complex points in a very simplistic manner, and I feel like I was able to successfully do that with him, but then it just somehow all goes, like, straight out of the window. You know what I mean? And Vivienne, I appreciate you for the $20 on PayPal. Vivienne says, hi from Switzerland. Thank you for caring so much. I really appreciate you for Vivienne. Everybody, please do show some love to Vivienne in the chat while we were pulling up our next guest. Thank you so much. Vivienne, you are absolutely phenomenal. Thank you so much for the love. We are going to go ahead and get our next guest up in the box literally right now, y'all. W's for Vivienne. If you do want to support either myself or Parker, our Venmos, Cash Apps, and PayPals are all in the bio. And also, guys, please do spam me in the chat if you're already in the queue and you're voting for Trump. If you're not already in the guest box, don't spam me, right? It just kind of like gums up the works. Hello, Reform America. Did you vote for Trump?
No.
Okay, all right, bye, man. Please, if you're like Reform and you're in the queue and you didn't vote for Trump, just exit out of the queue. It's sure going to save us a lot of time because we are just looking for debates. But let's go and get our next guest going right now, everybody. So do you just give us a minute while they're loading up? What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
How old are you?
I am 19.
What year were you born in?
2005.
2005. Okay, I'm guessing that you're not actually 19, right?
No, I go to Coastal Carolina right now.
2005. 2005. All right, we're going to move on to our next guest, everybody. Do you just give us a minute?
Were they going to say like 2010? That's crazy, bro.
Well, I mean, I think that, I don't know. They were either like lying about their age, and that's why it just came out so unorganic, or like they just didn't know how to like say 2005 in like spoken. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe they just accidentally did it.
Quad, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate you for the love. Feel free to help us get a guest up here if you want.
Here, I was going to grab some real quick. I'll be right back. I need like literally like 5 minutes or so.
All right, bet. Hey guys, please do drop a me in the comment section if you voted for Trump. Hey, what's going on? Crystal, did you vote for Trump?
I didn't. I'm from Idaho, but I come from a family of Trump supporters. And I had kind of a prompt thrown to me that I'm curious what you guys feel. They think that there is a split in the Republican Party from traditional Republicans to anti-corruption Republicans, not MAGA or Trump, and trying to separate those two things out. Do you feel that there's a split like that going on? And what do you think would you propose to try and fix that split?
Well, yes, I would agree that there's a split happening because of MAGA, and traditional Republicans do not agree with MAGA, and the way to fix that split is by getting MAGA out of the government. I do appreciate you for coming up, Crystal. Thank you for the question. All right, drop a MAGA down below in the chat if you're already in the queue and you voted for Trump. We're going to go to get our next debate going here. Today has been a little bit insufferable, and because I feel like it has been really hard to get a debate going, and I do kind of apologize for that, y'all. What's up, Canman? Did you vote for Trump? Okay, see, like Canman, like I don't know, like why Canman's even here. What's up, Mod? Did you vote for Trump?
No, fuck Trump.
Yeah, like I mean, I appreciate the sentiment, but like, did you hear me say like 10 billion times? Okay. What's up, Logan? How old are you? Logan, you were literally just in the queue spamming MAGA. Oh my god. Like this is like terrible. Like I'm gonna start like banning people from the stream that come up and do this. Like it's too insufferable for me, man. Hey man, how old are you? See what I mean? Like another one like this.
Shut up.
Like yeah. All right, we're gonna go to get our next guest up in here. What's up, Isaac? How old are you?
Yeah.
Like, what's up with all the? I swear to God, only literal children support Trump. Like, and that makes me wonder, like, how Trump, like, did like the Republican Party commit election fraud, like letting like literal like 18-month-old like infants vote? Is that what they did? We're gonna go to move on to our next guest. Everybody just do kind of give us a minute here, y'all. We got Cameron James loading up in. Everybody do just be patient. All right, we got our next guest loading in. All right, hey, what's up? How old are you?
19.
19. Did you vote for Trump, Cameron?
Similar to Crystal, I did not, but
Cameron, bye. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Seriously, I love you if you didn't vote for Trump. But I really want to make myself clear. Okay? I want to debate someone that voted for Trump. It's nothing bad that you guys are doing. I love you all, but just like please, like, let's have some cordiality here. Hey, Caleb, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay, are you driving?
No, I'm in the car, but I'm not driving. I'm just sitting in the car.
Great. Are you on an iPhone by chance?
Yeah.
Okay, swipe down from the top right-hand corner and hit the little Bluetooth icon. I just need it to disconnect from your car's Bluetooth so I could hear your mic a little bit better. Test. There we go.
All right.
There we go. All right, Caleb. Why did you vote for Trump? Lay it on me.
I voted for Trump because I really want change in our government. You know, I think the government has way too much funding, and I voted for Trump because I want to drain the swamp.
Okay, so here's my issue with saying that Trump's going to drain the swamp. I think that Trump kind of is the swamp. So, I mean, he also campaigned on that last time, but then he ended up trying to, like, coup our federal government and install himself for a second term and rig the outcome of the 2020 election. And, like, seemingly, like, you'd have to die on the same hill as well. So do you think that Trump was the corruption in 2020 when he claimed that there was widespread voter fraud, that there wasn't? Or do you think that, like, Trump's claim was true?
I mean, I think that Joe Biden clearly won in 2020.
Okay, so then you agree that, like, Trump was corrupt when he claimed that the election was stolen, and Trump was corrupt when he tried to install himself for a second term by sending fake slates of electorates to 7 different key swing states to cast fake votes into Congress to be certified as real, saying that he won when he lost. That's a big swamp, man. That is the highest level of corruption we've had in our federal government in, like, modern U.S. history. The swamp has never been more bigger. I don't know, more filled. It's crazy.
No, I definitely hear you, man. Dang, you're smart, bro. I voted for Trump, but thank you, man. I'll talk to you later.
Caleb, have a good one, man. I appreciate you for coming up. We're gonna go to get our next guest up in here, guys. Everybody, just do give us a minute if you do want to support me. My Venmo as well as my PayPal, they are in my bio, y'all. So everybody, just do give us a minute. What's up, Alpha? You've been spamming MAGA down below in the chat. How old are you?
Didn't you say the N-word?
When I was younger, yeah, I used to use racial slurs, right? And then I was able to like expose myself to the same education that I now share with other people on stream every day, and I've been able to hold myself accountable and apologize, pretty constantly.
I don't think you should be cancelled.
Okay. But I guess like the question that I'd like to put out there is how come a 20-year-old on TikTok can hold himself to a higher level of accountability than the next president of our country? And Cadence, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. Hey, what's going on, Vortex? How old are you?
I am 22.
Did you vote for Trump?
02. And actually, I have actually a question for you guys in general about.
No, I appreciate you so much for coming up, and I wish that I could answer your question, right? But we've just had like a very long spell, right, of like without debates. And although I do appreciate you, right, we are just looking for debates. But thank you so much for coming up, and I wish that I could answer your question, right? But we've just had like a very long spell, right, of like without debates. And although I do appreciate you, right, we are just looking for debates. But thank you so much for coming up. I do really appreciate your time, and hopefully you could join my Discord and you could ask a question like the Q&A channel. What's up, dude? Did you vote for Trump? Okay, yeah, that's pretty funny. Funny guy. Moving on to our next guest. All right, let's see what we got. Everybody, just do give us a minute. This is a rough one. All right, let's see what we got. We're gonna go. Thank you for the $15 on Venmo. And thank you for everything that you're doing. I appreciate you for the $15 donation, Angelina. Everyone, please do show some love, Angelina. And Matt, sure, go for it, man. Thank you, Matt. What's up, user? How do you?
27.
Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay, why did you vote for Trump?
Border security.
Border security.
For one, for me, it was not having an open border and letting anybody in. I feel like that's a very dangerous thing to do because you don't know who's coming in the country. You
So
get
did
what I'm
Biden
saying?
and Harris open the border?
Their administration did, from my understanding. Am I wrong?
Addison, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Addison. W's for Addison in the chat. Yeah, you are wrong. What policy did they pass that opened the border?
Well, the border wasn't open under Trump.
So how did it become open under Biden and Harris?
That's a good question. Can you answer?
Well, there is no answer because it didn't become open.
So why is everybody coming in the country illegally?
Well, we actually have lower crossings per day now than we had at the end of Trump's term. But if you're just curious on why we had a crisis under Biden and Harris, that was because of COVID and the expiration of Title 42. Iris, thank you for the $2 on PayPal. And we should evaluate Biden and Harris's responsibility for the crisis based upon their response to this. And they gave a good response. They tried to pass good bipartisan border legislation through the House and the Senate, but Trump torpedoed it literally because he didn't want the Democrats to look good. And then after Trump torpedoed their congressional legislation, Biden and Harris implemented a executive order that plummeted crossings to lower levels than we had under Trump. I'd say that they were pretty effective, man.
I would have to disagree because this is my thing personally, right? I'm not like I vote more like of a common sense than like being super into politics. You get what I'm saying? If you understand me.
I don't.
So
because when you just say you vote off of common sense, you just like vote off of what you hear on Fox News. Like, let's just be real.
No, I don't even watch Fox News, honestly. But I vote off of, I know
You vote
when
off the vibes.
no, I vote off of what I see. So when Trump was in office, millions and millions of immigrants wasn't coming into this country. I know that. I know.
American countries, a lot of good reason to come to the U.S. Because during
Okay.
COVID, a lot of those Southern Latin American countries were fucked, and the U.S. was still okay. And so that's what gave a lot of incentivization for migrants to come to our southern border.
Okay, can I
Because of
ask?
COVID, yeah, sure.
I'm
go ahead.
listening. I'm listening. Good.
And because of COVID, right,
Uh-huh.
Donald Trump implemented something called Title 42, right, that gave him special authority to essentially completely seal the border, but that could only be in place until until COVID was ended, right? And we couldn't extend those special protections beyond COVID. So when the public health emergency of COVID was declared over by our government, Title 42 expired, right? And which we knew was going to cause a massive upsurge in people coming into our country, not only because the border was shut down, but because there's a lot of people that wanted to come in. So the way that we should evaluate Biden and Harris's responsibility for the crisis is based upon their response to the crisis. And they gave a perfect response.
What was the response?
Congressional legislation that was bipartisan in nature. When
What does that mean?
So they tried to pass really good border policy that would have stopped the crisis, right? And it had support from the Republicans and from the Democrats. But then Trump called the Republicans and told them to vote against it because it was too good, and he wanted the crisis to continue so he could get your vote because of it.
So my question is to you, and I'm asking. I'm not trying to be smart, or you get what I'm saying. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just asking. So was their answer to everybody just coming in the country? Was their answer to close the border or not?
Well, when you say close the border, you just mean pass border policy to reduce the amount of people coming in our country through undocumented means and to revise the legal means. And then, yeah, that was the response.
When I say closed border, I mean, me personally, I mean, was their answer to just let anybody come in the country undocumented? Because from my tell me if I'm wrong. From my look, I'm asking. Tell me if I'm wrong. From my understanding,
you are wrong.
No, I'm not finished. I'm not. Let me. From my understanding, right? You could come into this country with no paperwork whatsoever, no type of due process. You could just walk in, get all these benefits.
Wrong.
You can't just walk in.
No, that's like, no, you can't. That's illegal.
So how did 6 million plus immigrants come in if you can't just walk in? Because they all didn't come in through due process.
Actually, yes, right. So, like, although we do have like some undocumented migrants coming into our country, right? The vast majority of them are going to be asylum seekers, which is a legal process of migration into our country.
So, what was the process they took to get into this country?
Asylum.
Which was what?
Asylum seeking.
What does that mean?
Process of migration.
You don't know what asylum seeking is?
In our country, due to economic or political turmoil in their country.
So, okay. So, in other words, you're just saying they just come in claiming asylum, and that's legal.
Yeah.
That's no. I mean, and this is where
it's internationally illegal and legal in our own country.
This is where
you didn't know about the asylum process.
No, this is where I disagree. That's what I'm asking. What's the
sexuality, gender, things like the context of the asylum process in the United States by coming to the United States through any mechanism, right? And then specifically going to authority figures and claiming that you're here to commit asylum, then you would get designated to a particular court hearing. You go to court, they hear out your case, and then it's determined whether or not you have a valid asylum claim or not. If you do not have a valid asylum claim, you are deported.
Got you. But this is where thank you for explaining that, Parker, because I didn't really understand what that really meant. But this is where I have a problem with that, right? Because before that was happening, you actually it took years to get into this country, from my understanding, right? Like you had to do certain paperwork, certain background checks. You know what I mean? You couldn't have
asylum seeking process has always
the court
existed,
system.
and it does take years to go through the court system as an asylum.
Yeah,
seeker.
but the thing is, though, while you're waiting to go to the court system, you're waiting in the United States.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
So that's why we want to make the asylum process go faster, so it doesn't take 7 to 10 years to go through the asylum process, and instead it takes 6 months to 1 year. And Donald Trump called people in Congress to undermine a bipartisan border bill that would have helped with the conditions related to that.
But Okay, I understand that part. Thank you for clearing that up, right? But I think personally,
Red, thank you for the $10. Thank you, Red.
I think personally that it's really it's something really incompetent to just let. All right, so for example, right? Let's say you come in here claiming asylum, right? And your court date, let's say even your court date is 6 months to a year away. How it would have been better if it would have been like that, right? You're still in America for those 6 months to a year.
Yeah, and Donald Trump won't be able to change that.
No,
Wait,
that's.
Are you saying we shouldn't allow for tourism?
No,
why are you allowing people to? So why are you allowing people to come into the country?
Can a tourist come in the country if he's a criminal?
You understand that if it is the case that they have some sort of criminal record, they can still come to the United States?
Yeah, but they can't be terrorists.
Wait, are you saying that we shouldn't allow criminals in the country?
Yeah. So violent sexual abusers, we shouldn't allow them in the country, but we should allow them into the Oval Office.
But can you let me finish?
No, because I want to make this point very clear. If there's an undocumented migrant that had raped an American woman, committed 34 felonies, called for the termination of articles in the Constitution, right, and tried to change and rig the outcome of a federal election, do you think that they should be denied entry into the country?
Say that. All right, speak a little slowly and say that again.
If there's an undocumented migrant with 34 felonies that raped an American woman, sexualized American little girls, said that we should terminate the Constitution and articles in it, right, and tried to rig the results of a federal election, do you think that they should be denied entry into our country?
I feel like you're talking about something completely different than what I'm talking about. I'm talking.
Bro, you literally just said criminals. Can criminals come in through tourism?
You're not letting me.
So
clarify.
do you think that this?
You're not letting me speak. You keep cutting me off.
If you don't answer the question, I'm going to kick you.
You're not letting me speak. Well, you can kick me if you want. That's
I will
fine.
let you speak if you answer the question.
That looks bad on you. You're changing it to something else.
It doesn't look bad on me if you're obviously not engaging with the question.
I feel like if you're a career criminal. If you're a career criminal and you have really bad charges, you should not be allowed in this country.
So are 34 felonies and rape sufficient?
You're talking about, all right, first of all, what are the 34 felonies? Go. What are you talking about Trump? What is he being charged for? What is he being charged for? You're changing the subject to what I'm not talking about.
Okay, so I'm not changing the subject at all.
First, I will go ahead and repeat. We were talking about.
You just recognize that you're in an intellectual chokehold and you're not answering the question because you don't know how to get out of it. So again, the question is,
it looks really bad on you because you're trying to change. We weren't talking about that.
So we are talking about. We
literally weren't talking about that. You literally. I'm actually, and I wasn't trying to argue.
5.
Go ahead, kick me out. It looks stupid on you.
I'm not going to kick you out.
No, it doesn't, because you're just not engaging with the point. If you'd engage with the point and stop acting like a little child, we'd be able to have a productive dialogue.
What were we originally talking about? Were we talking about what Trump was charged with, or we're talking about?
We're talking about the border and immigration, sir.
Okay,
so I'm asking you a question.
One subject at a time. Then we can go to that.
I'm asking you a question about the border and immigration. Under your worldview, right, if a migrant from Mexico were to show up at our southern border, right, and try to come in through the legal processes, and the border security determined that they had been convicted of 34 felonies, they had raped a woman, they had sexualized little girls. Bobby, what's going on, man? I appreciate you for the shiny air balloon. And it was the case that they called for the termination of our country's constitution, and they even tried to plot to overthrow a federal election. Should this person be denied entry into our country?
Okay, I'm gonna play into your hands, all right, and then we're gonna go back to the original subject.
This is literally a question about the immigration.
No, he shouldn't be allowed in the country. No.
So if this person shouldn't be allowed in the country, why should they be allowed to run the country from the Oval Office?
Okay, so all right, so now are we on Trump, or we're going back to what are we doing? Now we're on Trump.
Oh my god, dude.
We're on Trump now.
So do you need me to rephrase my question in a way that you could better understand?
No, you asked already. You said if he has 34 felonies and been charged with this and been charged with that.
So I'm going to make my question very clear once again. If this person shouldn't be allowed in the country, why should they be allowed to run the country from the Oval Office?
Okay, they shouldn't.
So Trump shouldn't be allowed to run the country?
According to what you're saying, no.
No, according to what you're saying.
Yeah,
no, because you're making like you're trying to set like a stupid trap and change the subject from what we were originally talking about. We were originally talking about people coming into this country. Now you're making it seem. Now you just brought it to from people coming into this country to if somebody has 34 felonies and this, why they should be able to run the country. We weren't talking about that. You're making it like you're trying to set like a lose-lose. That's fine. I'm sure anybody who has common sense could see what you're doing. But I'm trying to talk to the original point.
Good heavens,
That's what I'm trying to talk
with
to.
all due respect, like, you understand that we lost 4,000 viewers when we were talking about immigration because you literally didn't know anything about anything, and I had to sit here and educate you, which is fine, right? That's absolutely fine. I don't mind that. But I think the fact that you're trying to ego me back into a conversation about immigration when, like, you self-admittedly didn't know anything, and I had to sit here and educate you as an educator. When I'm just trying to get you to answer a simple question is insane. Like honestly, what you're demonstrating to us right now is that your worldview cannot handle even a minute amount of scrutiny. Right? Because if you start fucking like flailing in the wind, like laughing your ass off, crashing out, and refusing to engage with a very simple question about why you think someone with such a background shouldn't be allowed in the country, but they should be allowed to run the country, and you just simply don't have any answer, right? That just shows that your worldview is false. If it can't handle any amount of scrutiny, it's probably wrong. So, I mean, like, you could rebuttal that claim by detailing to me how you would respond to this and manage to logic your way to the conclusion that the 43rd count felon rapist should be allowed to run the country but not be able to come in the country, right? Or I'm just gonna move on. So, like, which
All
one
right,
do you
for
want?
sure. So what were his felonies that he was charged with? Do you know all 34 counts?
Falsification of business documentation with an intent to commit it's a second step crime. Yeah.
Okay, so explain to me what happened in court.
The jury had found that he had been paying money out of his legal and campaign
I
funds.
say we kick this person. This person's not debating. They're just like asking.
Okay. All right.
No, because you're an idiot.
Man, that's been like all the guests, like, literally all day. Like, literally all day. It's been really rough. Spam Aga in the chat if you do want to come up, y'all. Everybody just do give us a minute. We got our next guest loading up in. Yeah, I think like the way that a lot of these people will kind of obfuscate is by, like, asking quote unquote clarifying questions when they don't know how to rebuttal a point. And
like, they're not arguing, they're not debating. They're just like being like, "Oh, can you explain all these different things to us?" Like, you're not responding to points, you're not debating.
Yeah, and it's fine to ask for clarifying
like
questions.
It's
but,
just
like,
like an interview at that point. Yeah.
When that's all that you do for like 30 minutes straight, right? It's like obvious that you're just not here to debate. Hey, what's going on, Traylon? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so why?
Well, a lot of reasons. So a lot of the times you get this answer, but I bought my first house in 2018. I actually became successful during Trump's term. And then here comes Biden's administration and everything fucking tanks. So it's like just living life. And I voted Trump.
Did the value of your
Thank
property
you so much
tank?
for the $5. Thank you.
And my other thing is illegal immigrants.
Did you hear what he said?
I do think it's wrong.
Did the value of your property tank?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I actually moved from California.
So housing prices are going down?
No, I'm a real estate agent. And it's actually going up. Like, I doubled.
So then the value of your property went up?
No, I sold my house in 2019. Okay, before Trump left office, sold it, bought it in I bought 2016. Actually, I was 20 years old, bought my first house. Okay,
Yeah,
in
that's
California.
Under Obama.
So how did the Biden-Harris administration cause the economy to tank?
No. So what happened, I'm telling you, like, moving from California to a red state changed my complete mind. Okay. It is so freaking amazing in a red state. The values, the heart of people, like, you don't even understand. I am a mother of kids. Like, you guys don't have kids. I don't know if you guys have bought a house yet or like worked a payroll job, but like the whole, like, living is better under Trump. And, let me tell you about the felon thing.
What did he do to make it better?
Yeah, like the question that we're asking is, like, what did Trump do to make, like, the quality of life better, or what did Biden and Harris do to make the quality of life worse?
Well, I agree with the things that I agree with. As a businessman, he's actually pretty smart. And if you bring up his bankruptcies and stuff, it's like, as a business owner myself, it takes a lot of trial and error.
What policies did he influence to get passed through Congress?
Bro, I don't know policies, okay? I'm just a regular working class American, and I don't get into policies, and I don't sit here on TikTok all day. But when I can be on TikTok, I'm just telling you, like, the quality of life was better under Trump. And my other thing is, like, why do you think illegal immigrants should be let in?
We'll talk about that in a second. How do you know it was because of the Biden-Harris administration that it's worse, and because of Trump that it was better? If you don't know any of the policies.
Experience. It doesn't matter. It's living. It's literally living, working, buying a house, paying taxes. That right there, buying groceries for your family.
So if you were part of the 14.8% of working class Americans that lost their job under Trump in April of 2020. Would you have good reason not to vote for him again because he made you lose your job?
I didn't lose my job. And that's the thing, like, your statistics, what do you get them off Google? Because that's not what it was like. Like, California tanked, bro. Like, California was tanking. California was tanking at 2020.
The Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics reported a 14.8% rate of unemployment at the end of Trump's term in April of 2020. Would I be smart if I
probably from all the drugs that freaking dude. You can look at California and look at California. Okay, I grew up in California my entire life, and I watched it just go downhill from being under Democratic rule the entire time. The drugs and homelessness and the kids that are being literally forgotten about because they're letting illegal. I'm just talking about quality of life.
I just want to clarify.
Google.
So, are you ready to listen?
Yeah, go ahead.
Phenomenal. So you're saying all the good things that happened in our country under Trump were obviously caused by Trump, but all the bad things that happened in our country under Trump were obviously caused by other things unrelated to Trump. Okay, and
no,
this is why.
Like he contributed.
One moment.
I feel like he did contribute.
Do you mind if I finish?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you. Right, and this is why critical thought on these issues is so important. We can't say just because something happened in the country that the president caused it. Right? Using this logic, we'd be able to actually paint Trump in a pretty bad light. COVID happened in the country under Trump. Millions of people died. I guess he caused
COVID happened everywhere.
Right?
COVID happened everywhere.
Wait, so if it happened... Okay, so wait, if you could use the logic, well, it happened everywhere, thereby Trump didn't cause it, I'll do the same thing with Biden and Harris, right? A lot of the economic pressures that you use to signify the economy getting worse under the current administration were worldwide. Like inflation didn't just happen in the US, it was worldwide. Near recession due to a slowed growth in the GDP per year, then it just happened in the US. It was worldwide. Same thing with reductions in consumer savings, increases in consumer debt.
What did they do to help us, Steve?
Yeah, sure. Some of the most monumental policy in the modern...
What did it do to help us?
I was literally answering your goddamn question, and then you interrupted me and asked again. What the fuck are we doing?
Don't get upset, dude.
No, dude, you asked me a question. What did they do to help us? I'm like, yeah, sure, here's X, Y, and Z. And then you interrupt me and you're like, what did they do to help us? Like, dude, please. Okay, I'll tell you, right? They influenced some of the most monumental policy in modern U.S. history, right? That benefited the average American to grant them more purchasing power, to reduce income inequities, to grant us a quicker rebound from some of the negative consequences onset by COVID in our economy quicker than any other country in the G7. We're looking at things like the Chips and Science Act to bring chip manufacturing back to the U.S. We're looking at the Inflation Reduction Act to invest into renewable. It did. In the next 6 years, we're going to have 20% of the global supply of chips produced in our country. We're looking at things like the infrastructure bill to bring more to rejuvenate local economies across the U.S. to renew their infrastructure, to create their jobs and to spur their economies. And we know that it worked because on the global stage, no country had a better response to these economic travesties compared to us. No one else did it better. So if you're going to sit here and tell us that our current administration,
compare the government.
Right,
compare the governments of the other countries. For one, you need to compare governments and how their hierarchies are even ran. And for two, like I said, I'm not in here, like, I'm not educated on policies. Like, I get you guys sit here on the internet
you're just
and you read and read. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking of living in a democratic state that turned
Democratic
into
states
a
are
fucking
objectively better
fire.
than red states.
Live in California.
Blue states are objectively better than red states.
In California.
No, they not. No,
yes,
they're
they
not.
are. They rank higher on the happiness index. They rank higher in crime or better in crime. Oh my God!
Based on the rankings in terms of statistics.
What rankings? Who does the rankings though? You guys are trusting other. There's so many different numbers.
We look at the health outcomes. Oh my Jesus Christ! We look at the economic outcomes.
No, seriously, you guys
we
use
can evaluate.
These sources.
Traylon, I'm trying to explain it to you right now. Okay, we look at health outcomes, we look at economic outcomes, whether it be unemployment, whether it be GDP growth, whether it be real wages, right? We look at those types of things in particular.
Do you know why? Because they cranked people's mortgages and rent in California. I lived it, dude. I lived in Coachella Valley.
I live in California. I live in Los Angeles.
Look at Los Angeles.
Traylon,
look at Skid Row.
Traylon,
you
fucking suck. You fucking suck,
Traylon,
bro.
listen for 1 second. Let me please finish. Okay, you can't just look at one area in a city and be like, the entire fucking city sucks, the entire state sucks. Democratic areas suck because of one area in a city. When there are areas in big cities across the board that have bad conditions. Of course, I want to make those conditions better. Secondly, I grew up in Iowa in a Christian conservative household. I grew up in a Republican area. You understand that just saying you grew up in a Democratic area and you moved to a Republican area and you like the Republican area more doesn't matter at all. There are plenty of fucking people that I know that grew up in Iowa that moved to big cities because they don't like red areas in the middle of fucking nowhere. Okay?
Maddie, thank you for the
Like, what are we
$100
talking about?
donation on Venmo saying happy Sunday. Thank you so much for the love,
thank
Maddie.
you so much for
Everybody show some love to
$100
Maddie
for
down below.
Happy
Because
Saturday.
it's
That's what it is,
because
buddy.
I know for
Thank
a
you so
fact
much,
that
Maddie.
you
I appreciate
guys-
it. Thank you.
Y'all have never worked a fucking payroll job. You guys have never bought a house. You have never taken care of children.
Traylon, I'm going to cut you off there. I've managed goddamn payroll at a job. Let's be so fucking for real. You know nothing
does
about
that
me.
fucking matter? I
You know
don't
nothing
fucking
about what
care.
I've done.
You still don't know an economic policy. You still don't know why you voted for a sexual abuser. You still don't know why you voted for someone who tried to coup the country. You still don't know why you voted for someone who thinks that climate change is a hoax and denies science. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't give a flying fuck that you worked a payroll job. Give me an argument.
I also just want to
It's a
clarify,
debate.
Traylon. But I also just want to add on, that's a very swift assumption of you to make. I have a background in business management, creative design. I built out new revenue branches for companies through e-commerce. I've managed payroll, right? I've actually redone payroll systems. I not only have I worked a payroll job,
No,
but
you guys
I've
are
built
fucking
payroll for
literally-
jobs.
No, you guys are kids.
No.
and you don't know what's going on.
Oh my
You have no
god!
idea.
There it is. There it is.
Working
There it is.
class.
Oh, you're a
Hey,
kid. You have no
what
clue what's
about the
going on.
farmers?
Traylon.
What about the farmers of America? What about the
Yeah,
truck
which
drivers?
Donald
What
Trump
about the
screwed over
real
with his
heroes?
tariffs. Yeah, it sounds like a great
No,
idea to screw them over with
tariffs are gonna
tariffs.
bring American-made
Rebecca, thank you so much for the $75 to
It's
help make
so
sure you
funny
don't need a
because
payroll
they're gonna
job.
bring
Thank you so
American-made
much,
products.
Rebecca, for the $75 for not needing the payroll job. Thank you so much. I
What
appreciate
about
it.
American-made products? What about
Hey,
American-made
hey,
products?
Traylon.
That's to
Hey,
provide
5,
us with more
4,
American products.
Stop talking. 5.
Then
4,
why
3.
when I go to
Can
Trump's
I
hotel
talk
does he
real
have
quick?
made in why does they have made in China glasses in Trump's
He
own
can
hotel?
do that because he can, and whatever, he'll be able to afford it. But I'm saying the tariffs are going to put Americans to work.
We're skipping over
Americans.
points too fast when there's things that I want to talk about in here.
No,
Can
I
we-
have
can we
one more
stop?
thing. Why is it that we can't hot
Can we-
borders
how-
in
can we-
Canada?
No,
why
no,
do we
because
have
every
illegal
single time I've
immigrants flooding
spoken,
in?
I've been cut off.
You guys
I don't know
talk
why that's
all
been
day.
like.
Let somebody else talk.
Well, how about
It's
we have a
really dumb.
conversation where we both talk? And also, this is my goddamn live, and I'm being so humble about that fact.
Dude, you guys are never.
So how about we just politely have a two-way conversation where
I tell you what,
where
I
I
see
can
people who
speak.
work their asses off, who are farmers, who are hardworking Americans, and they voted
whatever.
Trump. They voted
Okay,
Trump.
I know
because
farmers
they
that
see the
voted for
border-
See, I
Kamala.
can't even get a goddamn word in. Traylon, can you stop talking so I could get a goddamn
No,
word in?
because I'm so pissed
No,
at
you're
the
gonna talk
one
more.
life push to people. Like, you think
Okay,
it's okay for
go
illegal
ahead.
immigrants
Do
to
you,
come
do you
in?
need a
mind.
safe
Do you
space?
think it's
No.
okay?
Me
You
and
think
Parker are
it's
both gonna
okay?
sit back on mute and let you ramble and
You
just
guys
say
think
gibberish
that
until you're
it's
done.
okay for people to let kids go mutilate themselves if they feel like
Do
they
you
want to
think
be
circumcision
attacked?
should be illegal?
Wait,
think
Parker,
it's
please just
okay?
let her yap. I've been
I
trying
know, but I
to
just want
speak
her to
for
answer
so
this
long.
question. Traylon, do you think that circumcision should be illegal?
I actually do. I would never do that to my children, and I think
Okay, so
circumcision
we're
is
not.
fucking
No one here
worthless.
is
I think a lot
advocating
of the
for
healthcare
genital
system
mutilation.
is.
Here, this is how you deal with it, Ian. No one here is advocating for genital mutilation, right? No one is, right? Trans kids are not getting genital mutilation, right? In terms
Walt's
of
approved
sex
it.
reassignment and surgery that you're referencing at fucking 12-year-old. That's not happening, okay?
Yeah,
what you're
Walt's approved it
referencing
in
in terms
Minnesota.
of no, that's not what Walt's approved at all. Right? What you're talking about is, again, trans kids being able to get access to puberty blockers, which cis kids can already get access to that at younger ages.
Why?
Elizabeth, thank you for the
Why?
$20 on
Because
Venmo. I
they're
appreciate you
puberty
for the love,
blockers.
Elizabeth. And
Why?
ODYNE,
reversible.
thank you for the $25 on PayPal. Thank you, ODYNE, and thank you,
can't
Elizabeth.
Give kids puberty block. What
Thank
if
you
I
guys.
wanted
Yes,
a
you
boob
can.
job at 15,
Dude,
bro?
I've been
Like, you
trying
don't
to make
just
a
let kids
goddamn.
do
Can I
that
please
shit, dude.
this is I
Dean,
want to talk.
This is how you do it. You just mute her. She's not able to stop talking for a second. You just gotta mute her.
And I appreciate you for the $3 on Venmo. Addison, thank you for the $3 on PayPal. Well,
Fucking entitled,
just let her talk.
privileged.
No, I just want to.
Go
let
get
her
a safe
talk.
space, Traylon.
No, Parker, please. I just want to let her
Literally,
talk. As
you're
much as she wants,
privileged. You're
so then she
white
can be done.
privileged. You get to go to fucking college. You think you're fucking smarter than everybody, but hardworking people who came from the ghetto like I did, who worked their asses off to get where we are, and you guys are rich, fucking entitled young kids, and you have no fucking right to be on here on TikTok where, you know what, no fucking adults have time to come debate your ass. You're lucky I'm a stay-at-home fucking mom, but nobody has time to debate your ass. You guys are fucking literal losers. Fucking losers, okay?
Are you done?
Fuck you.
She's so mad she had to run away. She needs a safe space, bro.
Okay, well, I obviously know that she's still listening, so I just wanted to clarify and respond to her because she was emotionally unhinged. I mean, I think that those are some vast assumptions. I mean, I grew up in poverty. My mom lost her house, went homeless, and I remember spending a lot of my life growing up sleeping in my friend's sunroom. And when we did have a house, there was multiple families living with us, so it was affordable. And you know, like for you to make the assumption that, you know, just grew up super privileged with rich and money was super fucking you know, bold of you. And then secondly, right, like assumptions about like the state of like being young and not having a clue. Like, obviously, that's just going to be something that really, like, entitled, ignorant, and really stupid people say when they hear someone that's making a valid point. Instead of critiquing it with logic, reason, and fact, they'll just respond and say, you're young, therefore it's invalid. I mean, we constantly see people taking a trait of someone else and then using that to devalue the words that come out of their mouth. A lot of homophobes.
She also
will use
said multiple things. She said that she was a realtor, which means she's not on someone's payroll. And she also said that she's a stay-at-home mom, which also means that she's not on someone else's payroll.
Some realtors.
Gordy, thank you so much for the
payroll.
$10. Thank you. Oh, actually, that's true. That is true. That is true.
But it is.
It's not typical. It's just not typical. I apologize.
You know what's up? And how do you?
Okay, so I'm not from America or anything. Don't kick me out. I want to debate you.
I appreciate you for coming up. We are just going to talk to people that did vote for Trump, but thank you so much for your time. We got our next guest loading in. Kennedy, thank you for the $5 on Venmo, saying thanks for being you. I appreciate you for the love, Kennedy. We're going to go to move on to our next guest. We're going to go to move on.
I like how Dean's trying to like take the high route now these days. Honestly, with people who are just like that insufferable, you just gotta mute them. You gotta like talk over them. You just gotta just do that. You know, you can't be too patient with them.
Well, I mean, I think
they're just gonna get so mad and run away.
I think that, you know, being patient with people like that just makes the contrast all that more drastic.
I guess so.
The political aisles.
I guess so.
Hello, educated America.
Hey, how are you guys?
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Oh, you're 23. Phenomenal. How many continents are there?
7.
Okay, all right.
What are they?
You're educated.
Okay. Well,
what are the 7 continents?
I just want to disclaimer, their username's kind of a joke. I'm not like a huge Trump supporter, but I did have more support for him in this election for reasons I actually kind of want to talk about.
Okay. All right. So why do you vote for Trump?
So I have grown up in like a very strong like Jewish community. I have definitely leaned progressive. I really enjoy the things that you guys say on immigration, like economic policy, stuff like that. I definitely agree with you guys there. The main issue with me is that I feel like Kamala Harris. Well, first of all, what do you guys think of the Israel-Palestine conflict?
I think that Israel is an unjust aggressor that has been committing literal war crimes against innocent Palestinian individuals, and innocent people should stop dying everywhere, and we can use a ceasefire to achieve that, but Israel doesn't want a ceasefire because that would imply a two-state solution, and the IDF, as well as the government Israeli leadership, wants a one-state one Jewish state solution.
Yes.
Zionism is bad.
I agree. Can you tell me a little bit what your thoughts are on Zionism? Like, what do you believe that Zionism is?
I just know, like, one of the tenets of Zionism as proclaimed by its founders, like colonialization and reclamation of land. And I just generally disagree with those two things, so.
So Zionism itself, I mean, there's a difference between, like, political and, like, actual Zionism. So Zionism...
How does this wrap, like, into, like, why you voted for Trump, though?
Okay, so...
Are you just, like, a Zionist? Is that why?
Well, yes, because basically I think that Trump takes a stronger stance for Jews and Israelis than Kamala. I believe that although like
Do you want a one-state or a two-state solution?
two-state. Like, for example, Israel has proposed many different deals. For example, the Peel Commission, which would actually give the majority of the land to Palestine, except so many democratic things have been like proposed on Israel's behalf because they're the only democracy in the Middle East. However,
So when did they propose this?
the Peel Commission,
Yeah.
there's been several. The Peel Commission year, I believe, was somewhere in like the 1930s.
Ah, got it. So the current
we're
Israeli
talking recently.
the current Israeli leadership, do they want a one-state or a two-state solution?
A two-state solution.
So then why do we have people in Israeli leadership talking about like flattening Gaza or nuking Palestine or the West Bank?
Well, a lot of the reasoning for that, I would say, is because Hamas's doctrine, if you look at Hamas's leader and their doctrine, they say that they want to wipe out Jews and all of Israel, which I don't believe is a good idea. I think we need
So do you think that like the Israeli government can say that they want to nuke the West Bank and flatten Gaza while also supporting a two-state solution?
So are you for a two-state or one-state solution?
Mama, thank you so much for the 100 gifted subs. Holy shit. I really appreciate you for the love, Mama. Everybody, please show some love to Mama down below in the chat for the 100 gifted subs. That is unreal. Thank you so much.
W
Holy
Mama
shit.
Peach, W Mama Peach.
I've never had 100 gifted subs before. That is unreal. Thank you so much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
W Mama Peach.
We would prefer a multi-ethnic, multi-racial, equal rights democracy where people live together.
Yeah, I just the idea, like ethno states as a whole, like
yeah, we don't like ethno states.
Like, dude, yeah, I don't really like that idea. But you never really answered my question, and I could repeat it if you want. It actually looks like they're leaving. Okay, all right, moving on to our next guest. Everybody, just to give us a minute. Oh, what time do you have to be off, by the way?
I think like 7 o'clock. I'm done.
7, 8. I'll probably be off significantly before then.
Okay, so I'll probably try to go live after, but let me know when you're ready.
Bet. What's up, Logan? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. Why is that?
I voted for Trump because I think he hates trans people.
Whoa, dude. Whoa, that's
so
crazy.
So he
man.
does. So do you hate trans people?
No.
So
What?
why does Trump's hate for trans people make you want to vote for him?
Oh, because it's just, it's just a better policy. It's
That's not a policy. That's a bigotry.
So I mean, like I just want to ask you like a real question, and like I mean this very seriously. Why is hating people ever a good thing? Or when is hating people ever a good thing? I bet you didn't expect me to like ask you the real questions. That's right. See what I mean? I think
the
the
level
best
of introspection of people who just like make claims like that is so low.
I've seriously learned that the best way to combat bigotry like that is to not have a very fair response of heightened levels of emotions, but just to literally respond to them with logic. And I've been learning that for quite some time now. All you have to do is ask like one fucking question. And also, yo, Mason, I see you in the chat. I'm not in Boulder, Mason, but I wish I could. Monty, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. What's up, Steph? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'll be 22 next month.
22. Okay, awesome. So let's talk about it. Why the hell would you ever make such a bad decision?
So I just want to preface this by saying, like, I know there's a lot of people saying that mostly uneducated people voted for Trump, and I did.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like that's like just analytically true, right? If only people with college degrees voted, Kamala Harris would have wiped.
To that point, I did just graduate with honors with a bachelor degree in history. So
yeah, we're not saying it's only, we're just saying it's predominantly.
I know.
And then also, given that you know all of that, why would you vote Trump? Sid, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you so much. Hi, Max. Hi, Max.
There are a couple things that led me in that direction. I definitely don't agree with all of his social policies. I don't like the fact that Roe v. Wade was overturned. I do understand that that would not be reversed under Kamala because of the justices, and they both said that they wouldn't retire if she won. So there was no reappointing there.
So I would like to clarify, she wasn't going to quote unquote reverse Roe v. Wade.
No, I understand.
An addendum in a follow-up Supreme Court decision.
I understand that.
Quote unquote reverse Roe v. Wade through congressional policy that offered the same protections.
Yes.
So when you make the claim that she couldn't have reversed Roe v. Wade, you're right. but she could have codified federal protections through
I think that was just
legislation, which
poor
was her plan.
wording on my part, so I apologize for my wording there.
So do you think that Roe v. Wade should be reinstantiated?
Yes.
Okay. So what's a more pressing issue than reinstantiating Roe v. Wade?
In what regard? What are you comparing it to?
Sure. Harris would have reinstantiated Roe v. Wade, ensuring all 170 million American women and girls their right to access abortion, and that also would have prevented 60 great victims a day from being denied access to abortion, which is 22,000 great victims per year. It's like, if you have the necessary virtues to recognize it's something we should do, why, in this all things considered sense, did you still determine that you wanted to vote for Trump? What is Trump offering that is more important than the reinstantiation of federal protections for access to abortion?
Okay, so that wasn't necessarily something that I wanted to talk about, even though I fully understand that, this is your live and you choose to debate what you would like. But I think a big problem that I had, and it's more so coming out now after the election, was kind of how her campaign was run. I think a lot of some things have seemed hypocritical to me, and not lately, but I'm saying based off of things that were said in the past by Joe Biden and Obama. Well, there's the clip of him saying that neither him nor Obama believe in gay marriage, and the same with a few Democrats. And I understand that was a different time back then, but still, the flip-flop for me is
in 2016, Trump's campaign ran on opposing gay marriage.
There's a clip of him from the 90s saying that he does not oppose gay marriage. It's just
I'm telling you, 2016, his platform ran against it. I'm serious. You can look at the 2016 Republican platform, and it says that they oppose gay marriage.
Okay, I will do that after I get off live.
Yeah, and also, Steph, we understand that they were against gay marriage in the 90s, and I wish that they would have been for gay marriage in the 90s, and I think that that's bad. But I'm very happy that Biden, Obama, and a lot of current day Democrat politicians that have been in Congress for a very long time, right, have shifted their perspective on that, right? But I don't really see how this would give you overwhelming reason to vote against Kamala Harris, because A, Kamala Harris I don't think has ever been on record standing against gay marriage. B, I also think that you've given us no better reason to vote for Trump over Kamala Harris, right? In consideration of the fact that she wanted to reinstitute Roe v. Wade. And I feel like that still needs to be explored. Would you say that reinstituting Roe v. Wade is an incredibly pressing issue because 60 great victims a day are being denied access to abortion because it was rescinded back down to the state level?
Yes, but from my understanding, and I
So what's a more pressing issue?
Yo, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate the diamond gun. Thank you. Thank you so much for the diamond gun.
So what's a more pressing issue than reinstituting Roe v. Wade that Donald Trump was running on that Kamala Harris wasn't running on?
They ran away.
Yeah.
This was down 7.5 trillion. So how about you tell me where the extra $4 trillion is coming from?
That I don't know. That's why I asked you guys.
Well, we have stuff that we can say that she would have had to pay for. She was going to increase the corporate tax rate to 28%, increase long-term capital gains for income over $1 million in a year to 28% from 20%. She was going to do an increase on income tax over $400,000 a year. That was.
I thought that you had statistics.
Also,
I thought that you had the knowledge. But anyway, so now that we understand where that money is coming from, you really sold the bag, because if you voted for Harris, you would have had $25,000 off of your first house, Shalissa.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you guys said that. Also, I do have the statistics here from Trump's last presidency and Biden's presidency on the public debt. And
Janine, thank you for the $15 on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love, Janine,
thank you so
and
much
Cameron.
for the 15 as well. Thank you. Desta, think of the $1, and Faith, think of the $2.
All right, let's hear it, Shalissa. Take it away.
Okay, so public debt in 2024, towards the end of Biden-Harris presidency, was at $35.35, and the highest Trump's has ever been was at $26.32. So,
boom. You just dunked on the liberals. But when you consider, right, what debt they signed into law through their policy and not the reoccurring debt given, right, just transfer, like given the terms, Trump added $8.7 trillion to our
It was
debt.
8.4.
Meanwhile, Biden and Harris only added 4.3.
They added 444 billion.
No, they added much more than 444 billion. I mean, the infrastructure bill alone was 1 trillion.
All right.
So, like, yeah, but I mean, a grand picture, right? Even when we account for COVID-related expenditure, Donald Trump still signed more debt into law compared to Biden and Harris, right? And if you care, right, about debt-related spending, right, insofar as what the president adds to our nation's debt or not, right, it is the case that Donald Trump was significantly worse for the debt than Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
All right. Well, I also have interest rates pulled up too. Biden's highest.
Interest rates right to the Federal Reserve. That's nothing to do with the president.
Okay, so am I not allowed to talk about it, or?
No,
I'm just telling you it has no relevance because it's determined by the Federal Reserve and not the president.
Okay, well, it still matters because people are paying for it, but I'll
Why is the
move on.
interest rates higher now than they were under Trump?
I don't know.
I can tell you. The Federal
told you.
Reserve increases interest rates to decrease consumer spending. Because when you increase interest rates, less people get loans, which means less people spend money. But now, why is decreasing consumer spending a good thing? Well, that's how you counteract inflation.
All right. I know that y'all were saying, I've been watching your live for a while, and I know that you guys want debates and don't want questions, but I do have a debate involves questions, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So can you tell me why you think Trump is so horrible, and then I can give you a debate on what you have to say?
I'll take character. Parker could take policy. He's literally a grapist. He's actually racist too and misogynistic. He's
If he was-
sexualized little girls and called for wide scale religious persecution and was convicted of 34 felonies. He also tried to coup the country and install himself for a second presidential term even though he lost. Right? And then Parker could add some things on about his policy. He's pretty bad, man.
Okay. I mean, everybody has their opinions. I'll wait for Parker to go because I'm not going to talk over anybody, but.
Yeah, and then in terms of policy, his tax policy specifically would take from lower and middle class individuals, lower income and middle class individuals, and it would give to rich people. Tax cuts predominantly from the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act went to the top 1%, right? And then for the tariffs that he's going to implement, 20% universal tariffs, that will predominantly negatively impact lower class individuals because it is the case that they spend a greater proportion of their income on imported goods than people who are more wealthy. So it is the case that they're clearly going to be paying more into this and shifting the burden from people who are lower from higher income to lower income.
Also, the quote unquote opinions that I shared, those were facts. They were either proven in court or admitted to by Trump or recorded.
So the tariffs that Trump's trying to implement and stuff is so people in America can have more jobs instead of us getting more goods and groceries and whatever else we get from China and whatever else countries. He's trying to make that.
We actually
so
saw
that
more jobs
people-
overseas under Trump's
okay.
term
Yeah, I'll get
compared to
interrupted,
Biden
that's
and
fine.
Harris's term, right? And it is the case that we saw a boom in manufacturing jobs with raw investment into the industry because of Biden and Harris's Chips and Science Act.
All right, I'm glad that you cut me off for your facts before I could give you mine, but
I'm sorry.
Also,
Well, now
the
I'm issuing a formal
unemployment.
apology.
I appreciate it. Thank you. As I was saying with the tariffs, with all the unemployment that's going on right now, and it could be different. The election just happened and stuff, but there's a lot of people that would benefit from these tariffs. And I'm not saying the whole thing is okay. There's a lot of every person is different, and that obviously means not every Trump supporter is the same Trump supporter, but I would never in 100 million years ever vote for Kamala. I think that she has good views, but I don't agree with everything she says. And also for you to go with the convicted
name one thing
felon
you disagree with?
and the rapist and stuff, you realize the judge that ruled all that, all those were misdemeanors, and she just bumped it up to
Not
felonies
true.
because she felt like it. And then also
Nope,
there's
that's just
people
wrong.
with
You're just
felonies
literally
that got
lying.
bumped
You're
down
just
to
literally
misdemeanors
lying.
by
It
the
was
same
it was
judge.
bumped up.
So
It was bumped up to a felony because
okay, I
of the
could cut
fact.
you off too. That's fine.
Yeah, but what you're doing is you're lying. Okay.
I'm not lying though.
Yes,
I'm not.
you are absolutely lying. It was bumped up to a felony because of the underlying crime,
And what was that?
election interference.
Oh, yeah, but Kamala, or however the fuck you say her name, also had a lot of ballot misconstructions and stuff like that.
What?
She wanted to. Yeah, there was. I literally I had a friend that went to go to the place to vote, and the ballots were literally scratched out of Trump. It had like misprints on it, and then whenever they tried to go change it out,
Where are you talking
they didn't
about?
have enough. It was in Kentucky. They didn't
Do you
have
think that
enough.
was for this election? Do you think that like Kamala
Yes, it was for this
stole the
election. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What?
Trump won. You know that, right?
Yeah, gladly.
Okay, so then what are you bringing up? Like, you think that there was like fraud in this election?
No, that's what you brought up. You said that he had one of his underlining charges was
Yeah, that's
election
how it bumped up to a
interference.
classy felony in the state of New York.
What? How did
like
he
that-
interfere with that?
Because he falsified business records so that the story wouldn't come out.
Oh, okay. Well, there's been shit about that about every single presidency, and I'll be honest, I haven't looked that far into that on this specific election, but there's so many other things to prove you guys wrong with. I just don't have time to pull up the facts on my.
Give us anything. Go for it.
Well, I don't have it pulled up. I don't have it from my memory.
You don't need to pull. You don't have anything from your memory. Anything to beat us on. There's so much to debunk us on.
Okay,
So
well,
much
I
that
can
you
go.
can't remember
I can
anything?
go. I can go on one thing about abortion rights because that's been a big thing about the presidential election.
Do you think that 10-year-olds who are assaulted should be able to get access to abortion?
I'm pro-choice, so I think if you want one or not, you should be able to have the choice to do that.
So then why'd you bring that up if you didn't vote for women's rights and you're pro-choice?
Because Trump has said multiple times that he is for
I gotta run the best argument known to mankind. Go ahead.
Thank you. He has said multiple times that he is for the factors of life of the mother, incest, and rape. Right, and he also said, "Let me finish. Let me finish." He also
I'd love
said
to run an
that
argument in response to that.
Well, I wasn't finished, and then once I finished this last sentence, then I was going to let you speak. But he also said that he is not in favor for the 6-week rule. He thinks that it should be a lot longer than 6 weeks, and he also thinks it should be up to state, which I think people like you that are pro-choice also should not want a whole country to depend on the state that you live in. I think that you should vote for your state reps and figure out who has the same beliefs as
That
you.
made no fucking sense.
It did.
I want abortion rights, like human rights, to be protected, or literally everywhere in the United States federally. I don't think human rights should be left to the state. So tell me why you
But
think
that's the
human
same
rights.
thing that you're arguing.
You
now.
think that you're
Am I
pro-choice?
going to run the argument that I wanted?
Go ahead.
Bet. I just wanted to talk about Trump real quick, and then like Parker, feel free to take it away with the second half of her statement. So Shalissa, you're saying that like Donald Trump personally, right, isn't like pro-life or anti-abortion, whatever the fuck. Do you know who Robert E. Lee is?
Yes.
Was Robert E. Lee pro-slavery?
Why does that matter? That's not even like a part. Abortion has nothing to do with slavery. So why are you trying to bring that into the argument?
Yeah, you'll see the conceptual like relation.
No, I want you to answer my question with how we've been talking about it. I don't want you to bring in any extra factors. I don't want you to bring in any other facts. I want you to talk about abortion and only abortion.
I promise that there's like a parallel here, man. Like, I mean.
Okay,
like,
then I don't need
like,
to answer a question. I want you to get to the point about it. I want you to tell me how it correlates without me having to get into a dead end road where you're trying to make me twist my words around. I want you to show me how this correlates.
So this is the thing, though. You're just scared of being proven wrong, so you're refusing.
I'm not.
To engage
I want you
in
to
an
explain it to
conversation.
me. I want you to explain how this correlates, because you said it does, and I want you to tell me.
Yeah, I'll explain it to you with the argument. So I'll just ask you again. Is Robert E. Lee pro-slavery?
Again, why does that matter?
I'll literally demonstrate it to you. If you would have just
Okay.
answered the first
Okay,
time,
does
it already
Robert-
would have been demonstrated to you.
I could ask you the same question.
Just saying. If you were to have answered the question the first time I asked you, you understand that you would know right now the conceptual relevance.
I do understand it. I'm just not going to play a part of your game about it. Because
So
then
you
you're going to
just don't wanna
complain that
debate
we're
it.
taking forever, and then you're going to complain that I'm beating around the bush when
So
you're the one who's trying to
I
lead
just
to
want
slavery.
to clarify. So you just don't want to debate me.
No, I do. I want you to.
Okay, so then
I
answer
am
my
debating.
question. Is Robert E. Lee pro-slavery?
No.
So the lead general of the Confederate Army is not pro-slavery.
That's insane.
I'm just answering the question so we can get to the fucking point. Because I
Do you
like how
genuinely believe
abortion.
that?
I like how Trump and abortion and Kamala and
Shalissa, do
abortion.
you genuinely
led to
believe
slavery,
that?
So.
I promise you, he's making a point. If you weren't so fucking dense, you'd be able to understand. Stop
Okay,
trying to evade the point because
I'm
you
not
think you're
try-
going to get
you're
fucking
evading.
dunked on.
You're literally
and,
evading.
Just engage with the point. You literally just said that a Confederate who fought for slavery isn't pro-slavery.
Not just a Confederate, the lead Confederate general of the
All right, good for you. All right, good for you. You know your shit. All right, can you now tell me how this correlates? Now that I answered your question that you wanted me to
Do you
answer. so
actually
then?
think that? Do you actually think that?
Okay, but see how I told you how me answering the question doesn't even
You have
go.
to, in order to answer the question,
No,
you have
I
to actually
answered
do
it.
it based
That's all
upon how
wanted
you
me to
feel.
do. You wanted me to
So,
answer
Shalissa,
the question,
can
so
we
I
both
did.
agree
So
that-
now
she's
you
so
can tell
fucking
me how
dense.
it
I don't even wanna
correlates, how
talk to her. She's so
slavery
annoying.
correlates with abortion.
I'll take it. It's fine. So can we both agree that the lead military general of the Confederate Army was pro-slavery?
Yeah, sure, I'll believe it.
Okay, so Robert E. Lee's pro-slavery. Here's why
Don't
this
roll
is
your eyes
relevant.
because he said, "Can you believe?" I literally agreed with what he said for me, so don't roll your eyes, Parker.
No,
'cause I
I'm
saw it.
rolling my eyes because it took that fucking long for you to engage with one damn question.
Yeah,
Jesus
so- and I
fucking
don't
Christ,
understand
dude.
how this
Come
is
on,
taking
you have
so
to be. You have
long.
to be trolling. You have to be trolling at this point.
You
What the
guys
fuck
have
is
to be
wrong with
trolling
you?
because I asked how this correlates to abortion, and you have yet to get to
He's
the point
explaining,
about it.
so be quiet and listen.
All right.
I honestly would have explained it if you didn't interrupt me to talk about.
No, all
how
right, you can
Parker's
go
rolling
ahead.
his
I'll
eyes.
shut up.
So we've agreed that Robert E. Lee is pro-slavery.
Yes.
The reason why I asked you that question was because Robert E. Lee personally stated many times that he personally does not believe in the ownership of slavery. And when he came into ownership of his family's plantation, he even freed the slaves. But we would say because he led the Confederacy into the Civil War, that obviously Robert E. Lee was still pro-slavery. So when you try to make the argument that Donald Trump is not anti-abortion because he's reasonably said that he's not anti-abortion,
And he
out of
hasn't.
virtue in the fact that he elected justices to the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade, right, which has now led to 22,000 rape victims per year being denied access to abortion, and 1 out of every 3 women in our country no longer having elective access. In the same sense, we'd say Robert E. Lee is pro-slavery, we'd say that Donald Trump is anti-abortion, because it's the impact and the actions over the intent.
All right, so you would agree that Robert E. Lee and Donald Trump are two different people, right?
Yeah, but we'd also agree that on a logical level, we could denote parallels between their seemingly spoken support against the message that they push through their actions that creates the negative impact.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell me what Trump did in his last election to make y'all believe that he's going to take away every human right possible?
Well, that's a really crazy
Because he didn't
red herring.
ban gay marriage.
All
He
that I'm
didn't ban
specifically-
abortion.
So he did actually, yeah, he did. So he elected 3 justices to the Supreme Court.
Sorry, Parker, you're muted.
No fucking way you said something that stupid. You said that he didn't ban abortion when literally Roe versus Wade was overturned because he put justices in the Supreme Court. Come on.
Yeah, but he's not-
Patrick Starr, where have you been? Under a fucking rock?
Natalie, thank you for the $10 on
I've
Venmo. I
been-
appreciate you
I've
for the
been
love,
trying to live
Natalie.
my
Everyone
life,
shows love to
honestly.
Natalie down below.
Yeah, and how the hell did you live your life without fucking knowing that? That was a huge
I've
fucking
lived
thing
in a
that
red
happened.
state my whole life, and I've been completely happy. So
And you were affected even more.
okay, and
So
I'm also.
I just want you to make your
I want-
argument here. So he didn't ban abortion. What do you mean by that?
like he wasn't the one that personally banned abortion in every single state.
And remember, Robert E. Lee, right? He didn't fight for states to have the ability
Why are you raising your voice
to legalize slavery. Robert E. Lee just fought for states' rights, and it just so happened that South Carolina, Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, Florida, Virginia, Arkansas, North Carolina, and Alabama all unanimously agreed that they wanted to legalize slavery.
It's by state,
Do you
dude.
see the sophistry there?
It's by state.
Yeah,
So
like,
he has no
it's
control.
by state, just like the Confederacy was by state. Like, imagine, right, if like some 63-year-old white guy walked up to you and started preaching about how pro-Confederacy he was and how he really wishes that the Confederacy won the Civil War because he stood 10 toes deep in like state rights. But then, like, obviously any reasonable human's going to be like, oh my God, well, the Confederacy literally fought for slavery. If you read the articles of the Confederacy, they stated that they wanted more states' rights insofar as their attempt to legalize slavery, and the Union specifically advocated for federal protections against it. But then would you be like, Robert E. Lee just wanted states' rights, and it just so happened that all of these 13 states just wanted to legalize slavery. Meanwhile, he just wanted more power in the hands of the states, and he wasn't personally the one that passed the legislation in those 13 states to make it legal to own black people as property. Obviously, we can all agree that that is disingenuous buffuckery, right? And we should just look at it as pure sophistry, right? And that is my exact response to your argument right now. It is absolutely a consequence of Donald Trump's intentional actions and attitudes that 60 women rape victims per day are denied access to abortion. It is absolutely a consequence of Donald Trump's direct actions, intentions, and attitudes that 1 out of every 3 women in our country today no longer have elective access to abortion. And given the foresight that when Donald Trump elected those justices to overturn Roe v. Wade, he'd know that at least 20 red states would implement such a legislation. He's absolutely partially responsible for that outcome. The same way, if the Confederacy had won the Civil War because of Robert E. Lee's leadership, we would say that Robert E. Lee was partially responsible for the outcome, that the 13 states in the Confederacy had the legal ability to literally make black people property.
All right.
Callan, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Thank you so much for the $20. And Natalie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I can't
Well, each state should be able to decide which way they want to go, whether they want to go pro-choice or pro-life. And if you want pro-life, then move to that state.
Okay, so I think that regardless of the state you live in, all women should have the same access to healthcare. And in fact, I'll even take it one step further by saying this.
Well, you have a penis and I have a vagina, and you really shouldn't have much say about that.
So all the white men in Congress that are legislating on women's access to healthcare,
all women voted, there would be no pro-life legislation.
So all the white men in Congress that pass anti-abortion legislation in these 22 key red states shouldn't have a say, right?
Well, how about you think more about where you put your penis instead of what happens afterwards? Once you cover that stump before you hump, bring a raincoat to the trip.
Okay, so it seems like you're just evading my point. You said
Girls,
because
I'm not evading your point.
we both have the means to like take care of a child.
The abortion.
Shalissa, I just want to let you know. I just want you to know, Shalissa, we both have the means to take care of a child if we got our girlfriends pregnant. You understand that, right?
But not every man does.
Okay, we're talking about us. We're not doing this because we want to be able to get an abortion after, right? I would be there to support my girlfriend. Wait, listen. I would be there to support my girlfriend in either decision she made. If she decided to get an abortion, right, I would be there to support her. If she decided to keep the baby, right, we would be taking care of the baby together. I am there to support her in both of those conditions.
If you're that serious about her, why don't you marry her and have a 2-parent home? Then there wouldn't be a need for abortion.
That's the plan in the future.
Wait. You agree with well-intentioned family units that desire to start a family, that desire to have kids because that is the most optimal circumstance for kids to be raised in?
I do believe a 2-parent home is the most optimal place for kids to be born in.
But did you know, quite frankly, did you know that pro-life legislation shifts the family dynamic away from those 2-parent households that desire to start a family and consent to raising kids into forcing 18, 19, 20-year-old boys and girls into becoming parents, destroying the family unit, increasing rates of poverty, decreasing levels of education and income, and decreasing overall qualities of life because because the state is forcing the woman
That's a-
to
that's
have
a
to
crack-
provide her
that's a
bodily
crock of
resources to a
bullshit,
third party
because
for
I
the
put
next
my
9
own
months without her damn
self-control.
consent. And I just wanted to, quite frankly, touch back on the first thing you said when you hopped on the mic to do the fact that you said, well, Dean has a penis. Dean can't have a say. Okay, hold that same energy to every white man in Congress, huh?
You know what? I was a
Hold that same, hold that same energy. Hold that same energy to all of those penis owning legislators sitting in Congress, sitting in the House, sitting in the Senate, sitting in the Supreme Courts, and all those red states that outlawed access to abortion, huh?
I didn't get a loan. I worked hard and did it myself. And I made sure my ass didn't get pregnant in the process. So that I made sure that I was successful before I even had a child.
Okay, and we'd probably want to ensure that for the other 170 million American women.
Are you just going to tell everyone just to not have sex?
I'm going to say,
is that your
if
fucking
you,
solution?
Don't want to have a baby, you either need to abstain or you need to get birth control.
Yeah, you don't
And it
understand
needs
that
to be on both parties, women and men.
51%, listen, 51% of abortions come from failed contraceptives. So people do utilize contraceptives, just as the case is sometimes they fail.
So there's an intersection of our two worldviews.
And the woman actually used both. Then you would be more than 100% effective.
And you can't be more than 100%. What the fuck did you just say? What do you mean more than 100%? You wouldn't even be up to 100%. What are you talking about?
Which is 99% effective, and the male wore a condom because you don't want to catch sexually transmitted diseases from
and you can still you can utilize a condom and birth control and still get pregnant. You know that's possible, right?
There's an intersection
It's
of our
such a
worldviews.
minute.
I understand, but it still can happen. That's the point we're making.
There's such a good intersection of our worldviews.
Condom breaking on a person that actually took their birth control correctly would be so minute that it.
I have an appeal for the middle of the aisle. There's a great intersection of our views. There really is. Do you want to know it?
What? Okay, shoot me some information. I'll either tell you it's true or false.
Great. I understand partially I understand what you're saying. You're speaking about things like our youth, right, should have a higher level of education about what sex is, what it leads to. Our youth, if they are to engage in sex, should be engaging in it safely. I agree with every single one of these things, and they're actually not contrary to a worldview that allows women's access to abortion. I say we push for more sex ed in high school so we have a more educated youth on what sex is and what it leads to. I say we have publicly funded programs that provide free contraceptives, such as birth control to women or condoms to men, to make sure that if people are to engage in intercourse, that they should have access to these things. Because at the end of the day, there isn't a damn person on the globe that disagrees with the idea that a woman getting an abortion is not a fun thing, okay? In fact, it is the last means necessary to terminate an unwanted pregnancy, and it sucks. Abortions suck. I genuinely do think that everyone could agree that we should reduce the amount of women getting abortions, but we do that through a more comprehensive plan that doesn't lead to the discrimination of women's rights and the punishment of unwanted children by forcing them into unready households. We can achieve this goal with higher levels of education and higher levels of access to contraceptives.
And higher levels of socioeconomic status so that people can take care of children given that they're in these circumstances. Mimi, thank you for the $3. Natalie, thank you for the $2. Audrey, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Roxanne, thank you so much for the $25.
No,
thank you so much. And Kimberly, thank you for the $5. And Monica, thank you so much for the 10.
Oh.
And Alicia, thank you so much for the $2.
Thank you for the play for you. I appreciate
Well,
that.
there's enough babies that have been put up for adoption that are still in foster care system. And there are babies that have been adopted that have been abused. I can speak firsthand about that. I don't speak with my adoptive family, and I haven't since 2012 because it was a very toxic, abusive environment. And when I said I put myself
you're forcing people to go through the adoption process, by the way.
Forcing people?
Yeah, because you're saying that if they can't get an abortion, they would have to go through adoption if they can't take care of it themselves.
I'm not forcing anybody to go into adoption. I'm saying that
you literally would if you forced them to go through pregnancy.
I'm not forcing them to go through pregnancy. I'm pro-choice.
What? You voted for Trump, though, right?
Yes, I voted for Trump.
Okay, so what is so bad about Kamala Harris that you're willing to vote against women's rights?
Because she's a nitwit.
What?
She's
what does
a
that mean?
nitwit.
What does that mean?
Her bipartisan so-called immigration bill was not an immigration bill at all. It was a foreign aid package. It was $80.5
They separated the bills.
billion dollars to foreign aid with a teeny tiny
It was a lot more than 8.5
component of security border.
No, so Shalissa, so 20% of the bill in terms of funding was specifically funding for the border. They separated the bills. The appropriations themselves passed alone, right? The Ukraine, Taiwan, Israel, and Gaza funding. And then specifically the border provisions did not pass alone. So why did Trump undermine the border provisions alone?
Because the package needed to be revamped. It was not a good border package. That's
What
the
was
whole
the bad
point. It
provision?
was a
Name one
foreign aid
bad provision
package.
name one bad provision in the solo border bill.
The solo border bill. I'm talking about the bipartisan bill.
Yeah, the bipartisan bill was separated between the appropriations and the border bill. So
But it
only
was-
the
it-
border provisions. Name one border provision you disagree with.
And also, I don't agree with that we should have had open borders. We've let every
Yeah, there is no
felon
open
in.
borders. I
Thank
like
you
how
for the
I like
joke
how
gun.
you tried to say that Kamala Harris was dumb, but then you're like not giving any argument. You said that we had open borders. What policy opened the borders?
Biden opened the borders.
Mina,
Lisa, think of the $5.
Trump
What
had the
policy?
borders secured.
What
we
policy
had the,
opened
we had
the borders?
the lowest rate.
What policy opened the borders?
I really want you to educate us. What policy opened the borders?
Oh, Biden opened up the borders.
I know, but like,
What
how did he
policy?
do it? I'm just like super curious. How did he do it?
But I
Okay,
can
you don't
tell
even need to name that. You don't even need. You don't even need. You don't even need to name the policy. Just how did
against
Biden open the
immigration.
border?
I'm
Hey,
for
hey, hey! You
immigration
don't
if
even.
it's
You don't
done
even
the
need to name the
correct
policy.
way.
You don't even need to name the policy. But just like, how the fuck did he open the borders? Like, what did he do?
I don't know the actual term that he used to open up the borders, but I
So then
know
how do you know it was his
that
fault?
Kamala was the borders czar. She didn't even go there. She
Kamala.
didn't even look what was going to happen. She never even visited the place. She says, "Oh, we're taking care of it. We're taking care of it."
Where do you live?
I've been to the border. I've been to the border.
Wait, one
and
second.
then
Where
she
do you
never
live?
actually went to the border.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
I live in Oklahoma.
Okay. Yeah, has Donald Trump ever gone to your town in Oklahoma?
I don't know.
He hasn't.
I don't
Okay.
have to have him
Let's
come
face
here to
facts.
visit me to know that his policy is correct. I don't need him to come here to realize that groceries were cheaper in 2020 than in 2024.
Wow. So you're saying that Donald Trump is going to have a good policy that's going to personally benefit you, and he doesn't even need to go to your town for that to be the case. So why can't the Biden-Harris administration have good policy that's going to benefit the border without visiting the border?
Because groceries have gone up over 40%. In some
Wow, that
in
was such a
some
good
categories, even 100%. Our
That's just such a
utilities have
good
gone up
response
over
to what I was gonna say.
40%.
That's great.
Gas
So
has
did you
gone
know?
up.
So did you know that Biden and Harris didn't cause the inflation that we've seen in our
Actually,
country?
yes, they did.
Okay,
How?
you seem very adamant about that. I'll allow you your chance to prove to us that you're right. How did he do it? How did he cause the inflation?
Oh, let me grab my phone. Where's my
Because
phone?
I mean, I could tell you that I think he did.
Oh, I've got numbers for you. If you want numbers, I'll look them up real quick.
But
I've got
I
my phone.
I think that COVID caused it. So you know, like all of like
Well,
the
if you
duress.
want to go back to COVID, you know, Biden absorbed a bounce back job saying that he had a higher unemployment rate or lower unemployment rate, that he had more jobs, which he had bounce back jobs. And they criticized Trump
I
for
appreciate you with the
losing
trash
those
bin.
jobs to COVID.
Well, I mean, I think that literally both of the things that you just said would be true given your own logic so far. Because you're saying that the inflation happened in the country and it wasn't caused by Biden, but yet you're going to blame it on him because he was the president. Okay.
Literally.
Well, the bounce back jobs happened in our country. It wasn't caused by Biden, but using your logic, shouldn't we blame it on him because he was the president? Motherfucker. Oh, what now?
No,
Oh,
actually, a lot of what Biden caused the increased groceries was he should have worked on getting the ports back open, because we had a strike at the port, which also increased goods. That he could have gone in there and
we should make it
rectified.
easier for goods from other countries to come into our country?
No, that's why I'm voting for Trump, because he's going to.
Oh, but he wants to impose tariffs to literally make it more difficult for good for other countries to come into our country.
These manufacturers bring their jobs back to America instead of shipping
By
them to
devaluing the U.S.
Mexico
dollar,
or
making
to
the U.S.
China,
economy
or
smaller,
making our shit
and
back
making prices
home.
higher for consumers.
No. It's not
Yeah.
going to make it higher for consumers, because if they have to
Yes,
pay
it
so
will.
many tariffs, it's going to be cheaper for them to make the shit here, which is going to increase our jobs. It's going to get back.
Why would it be more expensive?
And once we ship out all these stupid immigrants that Kamala and Biden brought
Stupid
in,
immigrants
we're
is
gonna have
crazy.
more
Listen,
jobs for Americans.
You understand that the reason why it would increase domestic production is because prices would go up. Also, you saying stupid immigrants? How are you going to implement tariffs and then not advocate for immigration? That's fucking dumb.
I'm for immigration if it's done legally. If we vet the people and they go through the proper channels, people here that were immigrants that are now U.S. citizens worked their butt off and got here the correct way. They didn't walk across the border with Jose that's a murderer or a rapist, which is factual data that we've had.
Wait, you don't want a rapist in the country, but you want them in the Oval Office with the nuclear codes. Okay.
Oh, he's not. No. He was
I think we should deport every person who's in this country undocumented who commits violent crimes, and we shouldn't let people be president if they've committed violent crimes.
You need to read your facts. You need to read your facts.
He was held civilly liable of sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll.
He was convicted of abusive behavior, but he was not
sexually
convicted
abusing
of rape,
E. Jean Carroll, which means he
penetrating a vagina.
Yes,
he was
actually
not convicted of that.
Wait, so do you think that forceful penetration of a woman's vagina against her will, utilizing fingers, isn't grape?
He was not. The actual technical law.
Do you think that's great?
The technical law is the penis.
No, do you think that's great? Yes or no?
Vagina. I
do
just
you
read
think
this
that's
article
great?
Yesterday.
Do you think it's grape for a woman to be forcibly penetrated against her will utilizing fingers?
She couldn't even tell.
Grape?
She couldn't say what she had on. She could.
Yo, can you answer the question? She did. She has a dress. Can you answer the question? Is that grape?
I don't find her credible whatsoever.
Is it grape?
Having a talk with her two girlfriends. It's not credible.
Hey. Is it grape?
No.
Oh, so you don't think forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina against her will, utilizing fingers, is grape?
No, it's not.
You don't think forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina against her will, utilizing any type of inanimate object, is grape? You think it's only grape if it's a fucking male member? Are you insane?
That's the legal term. That is the legal term.
I don't think I used the legal term.
I'm going off the legal definition.
Are you saying before marital grape was defined as grape, legally speaking, it wasn't grape? Are you saying adults having sex with children, forcefully penetrating them against their will? Do you think that was grape even though legally it wasn't defined as grape in the early 1900s?
Pretty package the way you want and try to manipulate the words all you want.
Can you hear anything that I'm saying? Is this like an interactable NPC?
I didn't listen to what he said.
Exactly. Right. Listen to what I'm saying. Do you think it was grape for someone to be graped in marriage because legally it wasn't defined as grape at some point?
I'm not talking about other people. I'm talking about the woman.
She can't answer a question. At the time in which it was not legally defined as grape.
Carol Jean.
Hey, I muted you. Listen to what's coming out of my mouth. At the time in which marital grape was not legally defined as grape, do you still think it was grape? This is not a fucking difficult question. And unmute your mic. Click the profile picture. Right there we go. Is it grape? Even though it wasn't legally defined as grape, is it grape?
If it's not legally defined as grape, then it's not grape.
She thinks marital grape wasn't grape. She thinks that slave masters literally sexually assaulting their slaves.
I'm referring.
Slave masters sexually assaulting their slaves wasn't enslaved people wasn't sexual assault or grape under her view, right? Because it wasn't legally defined that way.
You know, even in some countries and states today, an older man can marry a younger, like a 16-year-old girl.
Exactly, and that's still grape.
Engage in intercourse with her.
She thinks that's not grape because it's not legally defined that way. Now that's fucking insane. Before laws existed, she doesn't think grape existed.
Yeah,
that's fucking insane.
Can you clarify that? Yo, Shalissa's mom, could you clarify on that point? Like maybe you just
did grape exist before laws?
Well, like maybe you just didn't see this as a consequence of your position. Can you like recognize that you were wrong and go back to the drawing board on this one? Like I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. Can you recognize that you were wrong?
I'm not wrong. I'm speaking only of the Trump E. Carroll.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? You're fucking insane. You literally listen to what you're saying.
Wait. Can I give it a try? Could I give
listen
it a try?
to what you're saying.
Can you all just listen to our one question, please?
Could I give it a try?
I'm sorry, you can't sit by her saying that. Are you fucking crazy?
Okay, just listen.
Can I give?
I have been hearing.
Everyone. So I'll let you speak in a moment. Shalissa's mom, real quick. So I'm gonna kind of just go and hash over some things that Parker just shared, right? Once again, to see if maybe I could get you to understand it. So when you say that grape can only be dished out on the basis of what is legally defined, this creates a very bad scenario.
No, I'm talking about the one incident between Trump and E. Jean Carroll because I don't.
But if you apply this concept to Trump and E. Jean Carroll, you'd have to apply it outside of Trump and E. Jean Carroll as well.
I would evaluate each incident as it occurs. I can't.
So you're literally just
apply
special
a
pleading.
concept across the board because there are variables in every incident.
So you're literally just special pleading.
I'm going by the law.
Okay, if you go by the law, then if you were alive 200 years ago when it wasn't illegal for a white slave owner to grape a black enslaved person, would you say that that black enslaved person was a victim of grape?
There's a lot of things back in history I wouldn't do today.
So you'd say that they weren't a victim of grape?
I couldn't say that back then because the law was defined a different way. I can only apply the law as it is today.
So prior to
You're manipulating things is what you're doing.
So
and that's what
just want to
liberal
clarify.
left people do.
According to you, there wasn't one American slave that was raped, or even
I didn't live
sexually
back
abused.
then, so I couldn't tell you that.
Oh my God.
And you're
Was it-
hypothesizing because you
was-
didn't live back there either.
Was there one Jewish person that was murdered in the Holocaust?
From what I read of people that went back in the time, I've heard that is so. But I didn't live back
What
in
the
that time.
fuck? From what you've read, you've heard that that's so? What is this sophist, fucking,
I don't
disgusting,
know. If you go
grotesque
to,
rhetoric
if
about
you
the
go to college,
Holocaust?
they'll try to teach you the Holocaust
Thank you for the
didn't
$10
happen.
on Fiverr.
Even though it
not
did.
not one college will teach you that the Holocaust didn't happen. The only people that deny the Holocaust are going to be alt-right extremists, right, and fascist Nazis like Nick Fuentes and his American First fan base. Okay. Also, your laughter is crazy. So I just want to clarify. Before 500 years ago, there was no law in any civilization or country in the world that made child relations illegal or defined them as grape. So did any child grape occur
And we've
before
evolved
500
since
years
then.
ago?
We've
Was there
evolved
any?
since then.
I didn't
And
ask
laws
you
have
if
been
we've
changed.
evolved since then. My question was, did child grape happen prior to 500 years ago at all?
Well, did hangings happen a while back?
Answer my question. Was there any child
No, I'm
grape
applying
anywhere
your
in the
logic.
world
People
before
were hung
500
back
years
then
ago?
for stealing horses. Do you think we should do
Shalicia's
that
mom,
today?
answer my question. Was there any child grape that happened anywhere in the world before 500 years ago?
I don't know. I didn't live back then.
You sick fucking shit. Walk out of this live. I'm done with you.
Thank you so much for the
You're
$5.
sick.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Daphne,
you're
thank you
sick.
so much for the
You're
$50
sick.
on Venmo. Thank you so much,
You're
Daphne.
sick.
I really appreciate
You're
that.
sick.
Thank you so
You're
much,
sick.
Daphne. Thank you.
Hey, you
The fact
could
that-
fucking
the fact
leave
that
now.
either of you can't realize that it is clearly true that grape existed prior to it legally being defined that way is just disgusting.
No, I mean, she just
No,
said that she didn't
the
know
point-
if
the
children
point
got
of the
raped
whole
prior to
thing
500.
is-
Hey, are you Christian by chance?
Can I finally talk?
No, are you Christian?
Why does that matter to the point?
Answer
of
my
your-
goddamn question.
Does that-
I'll give you
how does
I'll
that
give you
relate
5
to-
fucking
Are you an
seconds.
atheist?
I'll give you 5
you an
fucking seconds.
atheist?
Hey, I'll give you
Yes.
5 seconds to answer my question before I kick your ass out of my live. Are you a
Why
Christian?
are you an atheist?
Are you a Christian?
We'll tell you after you answer the question.
Are you a
Of course I'm
Christian? Okay, so you just told me that you could deny child grape occurring before 500 years ago because you were alive and you didn't
I
know.
never said such
How
a
the
question.
fuck do you know
I
that
never
Jesus
said
resurrected
that.
from the dead? Were you alive? Were you alive upwards of 2,000 years ago?
He literally
Did you
said
see
no.
Jesus resurrect
Were
from the
you?
dead?
Were you alive 2,000 years ago?
No, I
That's a
wasn't.
fine question.
So you weren't alive
Actually,
2,000
I
years ago,
was.
so you don't know
I'm
if Jesus
eternal.
resurrected from the dead. So tell me how you could
Oh,
be
you're
so
one-
fucking
you're one of those
sick and such.
binary
Shut the
idiots?
fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're going on mute. Tell me how you could be so fucking morally decrepit and sick and sit here and
Mayor,
tell
thank you so much
me
for the $10.
and another
Thank you so much.
8.3 thousand people that you're unclear and unsure of any child
Wait, did she
anywhere in the world.
also call immigrants Jose's? Because I just got a message on that. Did she say that?
I don't know. Probably. But anyways, like my point was just gonna be, right, how could you sit here and like be so morally decrepit and tell me that specifically speaking, you are unclear of a
What
child?
the fuck?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Dean. Like
No, you're
that's
good.
just like I didn't know that she said that. That's fucking insane, dude. I say we kick
It's-
her. I think she's insane. I think both of them are insane.
Yeah, I just want to unmute right before I kick you.
You know that Lincoln, when he went to free the slaves, he had all intentions to.
It's not your turn to talk. I just have one more thing to say to you before we kick you and move on. Do you recognize how morally decrepit, inappropriate, and honestly just idiotic it was of you to say that you're unclear if any child got raped anywhere in the world prior to 400 years ago?
We could say the same thing to you guys. I hope you have a good night.
No, before you have a good night, I don't know. You're from Oklahoma. That ranks 50th in education, 50th in economics, 47th overall. You and your family is absolutely useless to this society, and I'm just so sad that you drag it down every day. I have no fucking empathy for you guys, and honestly, your beliefs are incredibly detrimental. Like, I'd highly suggest watching these lives, engaging with this content, and hopefully becoming a better person as time passes. But when you sit here and you tell me if you're unsure if child rape can happen, and you make fun of immigrants, calling them all Jose's, or you're coming out here and speaking on like talking about one of those they them idiots, like, you're useless. Like, you just are. You're just straight up. Like, you actively drag society down, and it is absolutely something that you could change. Like, you could come back, right? But just start opening your mind so you are no longer like useless as fuck.
Yeah, and the issues is that like they don't even have an open mind. They don't care. They say that they're Christian. They're all about redemption, trying to be better people, and then they don't do it when it actually push comes to shove, right? Yeah. Like, completely fucking insane shit.
Yeah, I have no issue with calling people like that just absolutely useless, like a drag on society. Like we would.
Dexter, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mayor, thank you so much for the $10. Amy, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Amy.
Tabitha, thank you for the $2 donation on Vim. I appreciate you for the love.
Are you trying to add Chris right now? Because it's not adding him.
I know, unfortunate. I just saw him in the queue. I wanted to bring him up. By the way, chat, let me know if I have any lag. Anastasia, thank you so much for the $8 on PayPal. I really appreciate you for the love. Thank you so much, Anastasia.
Trenton,
that is
thank
just
you so
like,
much for the $1. Yes, I will be.
Natalie, thank you for the $20 on Vimeo, saying you are the voices we need in society. I really appreciate you for the love, Natalie. Everybody, please show some love to Natalie down below in that chat. Thank you so much. Everyone, please show some love. And we're going to go and get our next guest up in here literally right now. Everybody, just do be patient. Bear with us here for a moment.
I'm literally cooked, dude.
Man. Okay, I'm probably gonna be done with debating here soon.
All right.
What's up, Keegan? How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in?
2006.
Nice. Did you vote for Trump?
I did. I'm also here with my friend Megan.
So why did you vote for Trump? And Linnell, thank you for the $5 on Venmo.
So I voted for Trump for a number of reasons. I'd also like to say that I don't like how she kept demeaning you guys. I'd like to have a nice civilized debate, and I don't want.
Awesome.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Oh, 6.
What's your birth year?
My birth year? I just said 2006.
Oh, you're
okay.
born. No way.
Your bio says 08.
Just says that in her name. Caitlin, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Isn't that crazy how like the literal fucking minors can be more cordial and respectful than like that last like the decrepit 50-year-old?
I know, it's insane.
Yeah.
Natalie, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're a part of the voice we need in society. Thank you for always supporting women. Thank you so much, Natalie. I really appreciate that. The kind words. Thank you so much.
Alex, thank you for the $10 donation on PayPal saying don't ever stop. You two are awesome. Thank you, Alex.
Base. And Sid, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much for you guys have no idea how much of a safe space you've been for me for the past 2 weeks. Oh, thank you so much, Sid. I really appreciate that. Thank you for so much for you do. Thank you so much, Sid. I really appreciate that. It's incredibly kind of you. Incredibly kind of you. I'm glad that we can create that type of space.
For all like the 50-year-old libs, like you guys are chill as fuck. We love you. Right, but it's but you know, if like you're 50 years old,
it has nothing to do with age. Has everything to do with how open-minded you are, how willing you are to like hear new information, call yourself out for bad behavior, and become a better person. Because all of us have things that we need to do to become better people. Everyone needs to realize that when it comes to a relationship. If you get into a relationship, there are things you need to do to better yourself. Right, there are things your partner needs to do that to better themselves, and the same thing is true for us in society. Right, so all of us need to be able to acknowledge us and move on. Has nothing to do with someone's age. It's everything to do with the perspective that they have on reality.
Yo, everybody, let's get some W Sanvis in the chat for the $1 donation on PayPal. Thank you for the $1 donation, Sanvi. Hello, Evil Parker. Did you vote for Trump?
I did, yeah.
Jai, thank you so much for the $5. Why'd you do that, Evil Parker?
Sorry, I'm 18. Evil Parker, I love the name.
Hannah, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love.
Anyway, yeah, I am 18.
Marissa, thank you so much for the $5. So why'd you vote Trump?
I'm just going to say that I am Christian, and I'm really sorry for how the last person treated you. I feel like that doesn't represent us at all, and kind of sucked hearing that. The reason I vote for Trump is because I feel like his morals that he has are very, in a way, what I support, as how he seems like he's trying to overlook people who are very power driven, if that makes any sense.
I don't know what you mean there.
As in, how do I put this? I feel like Kamala, her stance on just
Kamala, by the way.
My bad. You know better than I do. She has a very she seems very power driven, and the whole Democratic Party as well. I don't mean that in any disrespect, but the way that their morals are and their beliefs and everything seems very power driven. Starting from the pharmaceutical, you know what I mean, those companies and everything like that.
Okay, so a few things like that. Trump literally has like an affinity for dictators. He often quotes Hitler and other types of dictators. He's talked about how he wants the generals like they had. Like he said he wants generals like how Hitler had. So he has an affinity towards dictators. He said he wanted to be a dictator on day one. He's praised dictators such as Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping. Right, saying that he likes how much of an iron fist they're able to use, right? And then also in terms of this in particular, he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He called for a complete and total shutdown of Muslims into the country. He bragged about walking in the changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place. Called his daughter voluptuous, which means curvy and sexually attractive. Right? Said he dated 10-year-old girl in 10 years. Right? So when we're talking about like morality, right, I don't think those things go hand in hand with Trump. You know what I mean? Like.
Chaotic Press, I appreciate you for the $25 donation on PayPal. Everybody,
But then again,
show some love to Chaotic Press. And Yasmina, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Thank you, Chaotic Press and Yasmina.
Yeah, that's a really good point actually. What I mean is that we all have our past too, right? Like for example, Dean, you said the N-word, right? We all do that one time in our life, I guess.
Well, so here's a big difference, and I actually think it's terrible that you brought this up for you. So yeah, you're right. I mean, something that like we've been talking about for a while is like how I use slurs when I was like younger. But the difference between me and Donald Trump is that I was able to change my character, become a better person, turn around and share that same education with others, and hold myself accountable.
Right.
Have you ever seen Donald Trump? One moment. Have you ever seen Donald Trump apologize for any of the racist things he has done since 1970? Or is a random 20-year-old on TikTok able to hold himself to a higher level of accountability than the next president of our country?
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah.
And also, not everyone has done that.
Yeah, and also just
Ruth, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much, Ruth.
Yeah,
and
sorry,
Shanika, thank you so much for the dollar. I appreciate it. Cole, thank you for the $1.11.
Yo,
Thank you.
Haley and Caitlin.
Thank you for the $5.
Haley and
Marissa, thank you for the $5.
Caitlin, thank you both for the $1 on PayPal. Everybody show some love to Haley and Caitlin in the chat. W's for Haley and Caitlin for the $1.
I guess my other issue with Kamala, I don't know, I forget how you pronounce it.
Yeah, comma.
I got it. Okay, I tried.
You could say VP Harris as well.
That works too. Is the fact of how much that she supports this could sound really bad, and I don't mean it in that way. How much she supports the LGBTQ community.
Linda, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love, Linda. Everybody show some love to Linda. Oh, is like supporting gay people bad?
No, not at all.
Okay, so then what you doing that's bad?
I love everyone, right?
Julian,
I don't think it's bad at all.
PayPal.
I think the fact that she is very focused, not only that.
Sid, thank you for the $10 on Vim. I appreciate you for the love, Sid. Everybody show some love to Sid down below. So what focus does Kamala Harris have on the LGBTQ plus community that you think is bad?
The rights that she has to put in, as in allowing minors to get gender affirming surgery.
Wait, where was that on her platform?
Yeah, there's no surgery. That's
Addison, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. And Kate, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. Not even gender affirming care was on her platform. Show me where, right, on Kamala Harris's platform, trans people were even mentioned. I think that her platform didn't speak on trans issues enough.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Alex, thank you for $10. Thank you so much, Alex.
What about hormones?
Yeah, show me where on her platform it talked about gender affirming care and hormone replacement therapy.
And what age can you?
I think the $3 on 4. I'm asking you a very direct and specific question. Does Kamala Harris's platform and policy that she ran on mention trans people, HRT, hormone replacement therapy, or any form of gender affirming care for anyone whatsoever?
I'm looking that up right now.
It didn't. Nowhere. She didn't talk about that at all. Literally never.
Right. What age are you allowed to get hormones in the U.S., or at least that she was aiming for?
She didn't aim for anything. She never talked about it at
She didn't
all.
even have like a policy on that. I
Katie,
think
thank you
she
for the
literally
$1
she
Venmo.
got like shit on the left for saying that like she just wants to respect what the law currently exists now.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say that she didn't have like a platform that was trans inclusive enough.
Yeah, like I would argue the same thing.
Yeah, this is like. So, do you think that like this is like me saying that I didn't vote for Trump because he loves like racism, all right, and he wanted to like bring slavery back? Like it is a synonymous claim in the sense that there exists a sect on the right that is incredibly pro-slavery, pro-racism, right? And he exists as a candidate of the Republican Party, and he has never spoken on it himself. Right, that is exactly what you are doing.
That makes sense. I understand. I'm very open-minded, and I was really hoping to learn a lot, and I did actually coming in here. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, yeah, I guess that's all. I'll keep watching the live. Thank you for debating me.
Raquel, thank you so much for the $10. Erica, thank you so much for the $1, and Jamie, thank you so much for the $1. Appreciate you coming up and being open-minded. On to the next.
On to the next.
On to the next. On to the next, everyone. Do give it a second. Keep tapping that screen. Let's get to 2.5 million likes. Share the live as well, everyone. It will help get out to more people.
Oh, shit, it's already 5. Okay, this will probably be the last one. Are you down for that?
Yeah, sure. And then I'll go live right after we're done. Hanging out and doing battles.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, sure can. What's up, Cam? Did you vote for Trump?
Michelle, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
No, I did not. I just wanted to say one thing really quick.
Jeffrey, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Thank you, man.
I don't know if this is the best play for me to do. Not that I'm like a public figure in any sense, but I know a lot of people have come on today. I've been in and out of the live, but a lot of people bringing up Dean's past of saying slurs. And just to like... And I don't know if I'm the right guy to defend this. I'm also a white guy, but I mean, I have in my past used slurs, and more recent than I would have liked, like probably 3 or 4 years ago, was using slurs with my friends. And I just want to say, like, a lot of people have done that, and people aren't really willing to educate themselves further. Like you use slurs and you're going to continue to use slurs. Whereas once I sort of more educated myself on using them and like why it's wrong, it became a very simple choice to not do so. And
yeah,
I just want to say, like, to use that point so harshly against you, to say, oh, well, Trump is a rapist and liable for sexual abuse. Well, Dean, you said slurs when you were younger. And I just think it's a ridiculous claim that people are...
Yeah. So like one thing that we would say like this in terms of this is that it's important to get people to acknowledge these things, move on from them, because there is a lot of racism and misogyny prevalent within our society, right? So we need to get people to realize that these things are wrong, and we can move on and do better from these types of things, because there are lots of people in society that have perpetuated this type of racism and misogyny. And then people on the right, they're using it not to do that. They're using it as a means to say, you guys are just as bad. Therefore, we don't have a reason to do better. So the issue is with people on the right, especially white men who are coming up here and doing this, is that they're not utilizing this to like say, oh, we should progress. Oh, we should become better. They're saying this so they can continue engaging in their bad behavior.
Right. And I agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming up.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Do you just want to call it there, Dean?
Yeah, sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone hanging out with us in here today, give us one moment. Sorry, guys, I'm drafting a text.
You're good. Don't worry. Everett, I will be back. I will do a little bit. Yeah, I will be on a little bit longer after. So I'll let y'all know right after we're done hanging out on our second accounts. I'll be back on live, doing live. Hopefully I can get my account to like send out, because it did end up working here, but it didn't work on my account. So make sure to follow me here if you haven't already. You might only be able to see it if you follow me. So do make sure to do that real quick.
Yeah, then also, so I'm not off for the night yet. So we're actually going to be heading over to the second accounts, and your boy Dean will be hopefully destroying Parker in a very particular set
buddy.
of live
I'll see you there,
battles.
buddy.
See you there.
You're
pal.
gonna get smoked, bud.
That's it. That's it. So we're gonna be heading over the second account, right? And we're gonna be doing some battles. Okay. Parker's been winning. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his hair. Maybe it's his demeanor. Maybe it's his soft hands. Okay? But for whatever fucking reason, right, that puzzles me, this motherfucker's been winning. It's been destroying, it's been killing. So we got to make sure that we change the tide tonight. So spam at Dean Get a Grip down below in that chat. We're going to be going live on there right now. We are going to lock in, and we are going to seriously fuck some shit up. So everyone head over to at Dean Get a Grip literally right now. I will be live. I'm going to end live, go live. I really need to use the bathroom, but I'm going to put it off. And we're going to put it off. Go over to at Dean Get a Grip right now. I will see you all there very, 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 very shortly. Peace out, guys. I'm going to go ahead and hop off for the night. I'm going to go ahead and get some dinner. Wow, that was insane. Holy shit. It was fun. I'll see every single one of you guys tomorrow. I love you all. Good night, everybody. Now that the battles are over, though, go show some love to Parker. Go watch his stream. Spam some W Parkers. Send him a couple likes. I appreciate you guys. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.